So as we join you here on Philips Hue Cricket Live, at least the sun was out. 337 is what Pakistan will need to get in this chase. Kevin Peterson and Partha Patel join me as well. And it is the highest total here in India and Pakistan encounters. That's what makes this one here at Old Trafford so exciting when it comes to all those totals that we've seen in the previous encounters in the World Cup. This was a set today. Rohit Sharma's there. Why? Because he scored 100, and what 100 it was. But the interesting really thing is not just when you look at Rohit Sharma, since I've got Parthiv besides me as well, and KP, we spoke about Rohit Sharma just now approaching and scoring those big hundreds. He was a dissatisfied man when he got out, wasn't he?
Absolutely. I think the way he batted, and he has all the rights to be disappointed because he got two double hundreds, three double hundreds. So and I'm sure he was hoping to get another one as well, and he was all set to do it. And especially when someone's got so many double hundreds, you know that you are capable of doing it, and that's the reason why he's always hungry. He doesn't like 110, 120. He likes 140, 150 or a double hundred, and the stage was set for him. Unfortunately, he missed out, but what an inning by Rohit Sharma.
It just was, and we also noticed a change in approach because his 50 was actually the fastest 50 we've seen from him. 34. That expression, okay, so that shot and then the expression walking off KP. You understand, Rohit, you know exactly what he'd be thinking.
Yeah, it's frustration, and it's a great frustration to know that you can be so cross and getting out for 140 in a one-day international. I mean, there's not many people around the world that would literally try and whack their whole pad off for getting out for 140 in a one-day international. It is, it's the standards that these guys set themselves these days, and that's why it's so entertaining and such a joy to watch.
So look, rain interrupted, and then for 20 all odd, you had Virat Kohli walk out there, and then you just wonder, what happened. We'll have a look at that Virat Kohli dismissal later on as well, and just talk about it, because I was talking to KP about it. What do you think? We saw nothing on Ultra Edge, so what do you think is a sound that he could have heard?
Well, I think he might just have a loose grip, which is connected to the bat, so there's sort of a triangular effect from the grip or the handle that goes into the bat, and that can sometimes click. Yeah. And sometimes you don't feel the faint nick, you hear the faint nick. And also when your bat's on its last legs, it can sometimes be the best bat that you are batting with. And there's Virat there gesticulating, just saying, maybe there's just a little twitch that's happening in the bat handle at the moment.
Yeah, usually it does happen. There are a lot of times we hear it. There is a click, and rightly so. When the bat gets old, it just moves around a bit from that handle area. And a lot of times you don't feel those inside edges and outside edges. You just hear it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Knowing him, he's going to put it away now because they've got a total to defend on the board here. It just comes down. The story is beautiful. Bhuvi and Bumrah, they've been so economical. How much of a part they're going to play against these two Pakistani openers?
Well, the comfort that India has in its side is A, the bowlers, yes. That gentleman there with the club that's starting to do in a bit of a wriggly-jiggly way with his hips and starting to warm up. I think that's the confidence that Virat's allowed to have.
All right, we'll see you later.
अगर आप अपनी फैमिली से प्यार करती हैं, कल जब आप सीएम हांडा पे ऑपरेट करेंगी, वो जिंदा नहीं बचेगा।
You must do that. Visit Manchester, northwest of England. I myself have spent a lot of time here, and maybe a couple of hours drive into Lake District's one of the most beautiful places in the world, so that's something you've got to do. But today, if you're in Manchester, well, this is the center of attraction. The India-Pakistan match, the umbrellas are up. The play will start very shortly, precisely in about 4 minutes. Still a bit of a very light.
एक पुलिस ऑफिसर सही या गलत अच्छी तरह समझता है।
लेकिन हर केस इतना सिंपल नहीं होता। डॉक्टर मीरा आनंद का केस भी कुछ ऐसा ही है। क्या अपनी फैमिली को बचाने के लिए एक बेगुनाह का मर्डर करेंगे आप? हॉस्टेजेस।
At Booking.com, you'll find a wide range of accommodation, from back to nature to city adventures. And if you have to cancel, no worries. Most of the time it's free. And you can always book again. Booking.com, proud partner ICC Cricket World Cup 2019.
Produce. Umpires are probably on the way now. Yes, they are.
Just want to say a bit of clash of interest there with Wasim Akram and Manchester and Lancashire. And he's praising this county. He's one of the legends, wasn't he, overseas professional from Lancashire.
Spent 10 amazing years in this beautiful part of England. You know, I've learned a lot on and off the field, made amazing friends. And both the openers are ready. Fakhar Zaman and Imamul Haq.
Right, Wasim, tell us about both of them. Indian fans especially don't see them as much. Obviously, the die-hard fans keep track of Pakistan cricket, but on a world stage, everyone sees them. So tell us something about these two openers.
Yeah, Fakhar is an attacking player. He loves to play his shots. He's on a mostly a front foot player. He hooks and pulls from there, and equally aggressive against the spin bowling. And Imamul Haq, his job is to rotate the strike, give the strike to Fakhar Zaman. And Fakhar is the aggressor. He is the guy who will steady the ship. Equally talented in their own right, but very entertaining to watch, especially Fakhar Zaman in first 10 overs. So it's very crucial for Pakistan that the opening partnership gets some runs. Obviously, they're going to see off the new ball. You see off the new ball, wickets in hand. We've been chasing 337 against the best bowling attack in world cricket right now. The variation in
This is such a shame, really. I think there was a shriek of frustration from somebody on the ground, and I can understand that because they were all set to start. And we have another drizzle coming on. I think good sign is that it's reasonably bright and not because of the artificial light that's switched on. That's Mahendra Singh Dhoni didn't quite get going today. He's there to ensure that there's calmness on the field despite the hype and the emotions around an India-Pakistan match. So the afternoon had not been that great. Just at the cusp of losing time. 75 minutes have been used. We haven't lost overs. The sun is out again. And those are covers coming on, and I'm pretty sure the umpires will tell them you can go back. And I'm liking India. They're showing, what they should be showing the umpire, that we are very keen to get onto the field and start this game.
Still drizzling though.
Seeing the funny side of it. Enjoys his time on the field. He doesn't know he's on the screen because the giant screen hasn't shown. Watch this now. This is Virat Kohli that you've not seen before. It's a great mimic. I remember him mimicking Percy of Sri Lanka. Brilliant.
I remember Percy from Sri Lanka, but what a character Virat Kohli is. He seems he's relaxed, he's comfortable where he is in life as a batsman, as a captain, as a leader, and the whole team revolves around him.
So we have a pretty bizarre situation, but let's see what he's up to now, because this is something you don't get to see. Virat Kohli, unaware that the camera is on him. Out he comes in the sunshine. The main cover is on the pitch. I guess very shortly covers will come up. As you can see, the sun is out.
And it can be very frustrating for cricketers, especially at this stage when there's a little bit of drizzle, sun is out, you want to be on. I'm talking about both the sides. It can be very annoying for players and of course for fans who are glued to their television, people here at the stadium at Old Trafford. Indian team is not planning to go in. They're wanting to play and they are just staying outside, putting pressure, indirect pressure on the umpires that we are ready to go.
And I think Pakistan also should do the same. The two batsmen have gone back in. If it's not raining, if they're not protecting their gloves and bats, they should also be showing the same kind of keenness.
I think they're just standing next to the side screen. They're just
Yeah,
there. They're ready as well. So that's a good sign. They want to be out. They want to play cricket. So that shows the eagerness. He's looking relaxed, Fakhar Zaman, and good to see Mickey smiling.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
A very rare sight.
Yeah, sometimes these things happen in the game. It looks nice and bright, but light drizzle preventing from play starting. We saw a very interesting thing with Virat Kohli, and something that was talked about by the earlier commentators as well. Ranveer Singh is in the house. Had the pleasure of his company doing some cricket commentary.
He's a character. I met him in London about 3 days ago. Met him again today. But whatever he does, it just suits him, doesn't it? Can you carry those glasses, Sanjay? Or that jacket?
Bit too small. So he's going to be playing Kapil Dev in a film that's being planned. 1983 World Cup winning team. His great spirit, lots of energy. So somebody was taking a picture of me with him, and he put his legs around my waist.
That doesn't sound very,
Don't get there. Okay, huge cheer now for the covers, the main covers being taken off. And as you can see, even if I look around, it doesn't seem like there's anything threatening in the sky. There are a few grey clouds, but they seem to have politely evaded the ground. Don't worry about those. They are not quite heading here.
Yeah, they're scattered clouds, Sanjay. So I'm expert here as far as rain concerns. 10 years here, but this looks like it's okay. There might be a little bit drizzle here and there, but like I said, scattered clouds, blue skies you can see behind them. And both the openers on the way to face Bumrah and Bhuvneshwar, the Jubies.
Right, now this is a matchup that has been talked about a lot before this contest, about Fakhar Zaman versus Jasprit Bumrah. 2 game changes on either side. And of course it's folklore now about how Bumrah got Fakhar Zaman out early in the Champions Trophy final. It's a no ball and he went on to get 100. He was man of the match in that Champions Trophy final. But Bumrah is a change bowler, not just in skills and confidence and experience. He doesn't bowl no balls anymore.
That's brilliant. He's got control. Imamul Haq, 23 years of age, ICC ODI ranking number 15, averaging 57, a very, very healthy average. 650s and 600s, career best 151. He just have to work his strike rate, I suppose, to 85, from 80 to 85, 86. But he's young, he's a quick learner, a good start to his career. And then, of course, Fakhar Zaman, a very attacking player, ODI, ICC ODI ranking number 10, averaging 48, almost 49. The best of 210, 410 50s to his name.
A game against Zimbabwe, that 210 not out. Bhuvneshwar Kumar in the last match, I thought finally, after a long time, found, as they say, his mojo, his rhythm is at the top of his game now. For a long time, he's just coming back into rhythm because of injury issues. Last game, you've got to say, not the one that was washed out, obviously, the one before that, saw him at his best.
Yes, I always rated him very high because he swings the ball both ways. Okay, he's not very nippy. He's under mid 130s, but he's got control. And I remember seeing him last year before in IPL. He was bowling brilliant Yorkers even for India. So his confidence is back, like you said. His rhythm is back, but a very dangerous bowler.
Some last minute work on the LED stumps. To the umpire's satisfaction, bails have been put in their grooves. Kuldeep Yadav playing, saw the conditions and the weather before this game, and you thought maybe Mohammad Shami would be playing today, but India did the right thing. We saw spin, a turn in the first innings.
Sensible decision to play 2 spinners, especially in the mid-overs, and we saw Imad Wasim turn the ball, who hardly turns the ball. It means both the spinners will get something out of this pitch.
First ball. And Pakistan is off the mark. It's too close to the body. They've got two slips for Bhuvneshwar Kumar, two left-handers for Pakistan at the top of the order. Something about left-handed. You love your left-handed openers. Amir, Sohail, Saeed Anwar.
Yeah, those guys were good. And these guys are getting there, that's for sure. Fakhar Zaman. The key for Pakistan here is to have wickets in hands. See off the new ball. Don't get pressurized or bogged down if you don't get runs in first 4 to 5 overs. You will recover. You will cover it. Fakhar Zaman leaving the delivery, very rarely seen. He's an attacking player, but that shows his determination is there.
What you'll see when the Indian seam bowlers is control of line. We were talking about line and length of the Pakistani bowlers with the new ball. Yeah, he liked it. Moved off the pitch.
Sanjay, it's always difficult for a batsman when ball moves off the pitch. If it's swinging in the air, you can guess it earlier.
There you go, spot on with the line. Well played too. Interesting setup in the stance. Unlike a Pakistani batsman, more English in the way he just keeps his bat up.
A little bit of seam was movement from Bhuvneshwar. So if young Hassan Ali is going to learn, obviously very quick, but as far as length concerned, he's very talented. Again, easy single, down leg side, coming back to Hassan Ali. It's the areas, the right length in one-day cricket and test cricket. T20, I'm all for variation, fine. Batsmen to come, Hafiz is in good nick, so is Babar Azam, Sarfaraz, the skipper, and then the most experienced campaigner, Shoaib, Imad, the all-rounder, Shadab, another all-rounder, and then obviously Hassan Wahab and Amir batting at number 11.
Something that you see with all teams when it comes to World Cups, they tend to err on the side of experience. Try and get the experienced players back in. We saw there plenty of experience in that Pakistan team. Wahab Riaz is back. Mohammad Hafiz is in the squad, playing 11 as well. Shoaib Malik, plenty of experience. So who's the batsman to watch now? A lot of talk about Fakhar Zaman, but tell us about the others that we just saw. The one that India need to be really wary of, who you expect could win the game for them.
I mean, so far in this World Cup, Hafiz has been in good nick, played brilliant long against England, got some runs on the day against Australia. That's the problem when it pitches and then moves seam. That's what you call seam. Swing is in the air, and this is off the pitch. 2 for no wicket.
Enjoy 12,000 plus movies, originals, and 10 plus languages of content. Only on
Eros Now?
Eros Now. Download the app now.
So not just the performance on the field from the players that's getting a huge cheer. Every time the sun comes out, you hear a huge roar from the crowd. And here's the man. Look at the ICC One Day International ranking. He's made such great strides, not just in 50 overs cricket, all 3 formats.
Yeah, I remember seeing him against the Australia series in Australia. He bowled brilliantly there. The number 1 bowler in ICC ODI ranking, Jasprit Bumrah.
He's bowling to Fakhar Zaman.
Let's have a look. 52 games, 90 wickets. Look at this average, 21.99. Economy rate again, and brilliant, 4.52. 5 for 27, his career best. Target is 337 for Pakistan. 2 slips in place for Bumrah.
That's what you get with it. No 2 balls are similar. and it's got such great control over all its variations.
He's nippy. The previous delivery was 141 kilometers an hour with a shorter run up, a very odd kind of looking action, but the control. He's at age where as a bowler you know what to do with the cricket ball. He's got control within swing, control without swing, and very good. A slow ball, very well disguised slow ball, and of course one of the best Yorkers in world cricket.
That's a gift. He's trying to find the Yorker. Takes it on the full. Fakhar Zaman. He was on 3 when Bumrah got him out in the Championship final 2017. Turned out to be a no ball. Zaman went on to get 100. Pakistan went on to win the game.
A dangerous player, no doubt. A freebie, a full toss outside off stump from the number 1 bowler. Maybe commentators curse.
Yeah, boundary it is. Yeah, that's more like him. 139 kilometers per hour. Waqar Yunus as well yesterday was talking to me about what makes him special. He feels the front knee brace when he lands. It's a very sturdy kind of front leg landing. It doesn't collapse. That's where he gets his energy or the propulsion that you see. I said rhythm is not about rhythm of a long run-up. It can be of a short run-up as well, and that's what he has. That's his rhythm. There's hardly any run-up.
So when we talk about movement off the pitch, I will show you exactly what happens here. Ball pitched and then it moved. And look at the carry and the bounce. That's we call seam off the pitch. Good follow through from Bumrah.
Well played. Nice still bat to defend that ball. 2 overs gone. It's 6 for no wicket.
बाबा के साथ हर रैली में कौन खड़ा रहता था? तो उनकी जगह कौन ले ली?
बाबा के साम्राज्य को संभालने के लिए तुझसे ज्यादा काबिल मैं हूँ।
Steady start from Pakistan, 6 for none in 2. 2 slips for Imam.
So far so good from Pakistan. They're giving the 2 new ball bowlers all the respect. Not hitting through the line. Keep showing you this every second ball for you to get an idea about how the field set is. Actual simulation of what's going on out there. You'll see that little white dot moving as the bowler runs in. Third time in this spell that he's just straight onto the body, this time a wide.
I mean, he's gone quicker. 141 kilometer an hour, Bhuvi. Kumar's first over. That's the length we talk about. Hitting the right areas, uncertain areas, and everything was going away from the left-hander.
Loved the technique of the Pakistani batsman then. No one was pushing at balls with an angled bat. Playing very close to the body. Now that's pushing. That's flashing. That's dangerous.
Again, the reason why he played that shot because of the length of the ball. He was closer to him. 144 kilometers an hour, and then the spongy bounce I talk about on these English pitches. And look at Virat Kohli there. He's so much involved on every delivery.
He's at second slip, but he's at least 3 yards in front of first slip. just mentioned in the last match we saw Bhuvaneshwar Kumar getting into his rhythm, looked like he was at his best, and we're seeing that with pace. This one 136, the one before that well past 140 kilometers per hour. Better line, almost 140 kilometers per hour. That delivery is a slight frame. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, where does he get his pace from?
It's the rhythm. Look at his bowling action, so comfortable, so easy, and then the flick of the wrist there at the last second. That's how he generates his pace, and of course then the follow through. He's got a very easy action, easy on his body, good front foot stride, and then the follow through takes the ball away.
Lovely shot. Just straying onto the pads once more. Just wonder whether Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is trying to get the ball to move away from middle and leg, and thereby straying onto the pads.
You're right, Sanjay. He was trying that magic delivery leg to off stump, but on this pitch you have to a middle to go across. But what a shot from this youngster. Against the swing, but played with straight bat. Look at this. He's very strong towards leg side, especially square of the pitch.
Yeah, we saw the seam position there. Clearly he was trying to get that in-swinger, leaving the left-hander from middle and leg maybe. Again, too much on leg stumps, so just struggling with line at the moment. 3 overs gone, it's 12 for no wicket.
भूत क्रिकेट का है सवार, ESPN क्रिकेट पे आ जा यार।
For Pakistan in 3 overs. A steady start, cautious start. Imam on 6 of 9, Pakar 5 of 9. 2 slips in play for Bumrah.
So 2 slips for Bumrah. India need a wicket. Just rushed into that defensive shot. I just had a 15-minute break. Break was shortened because there was some rain and the first innings was delayed. The over rate from Pakistan was brilliant. Yeah, and the great news is no overs lost. And why is this being marked in blue? I know the answer.
Come on,
that's why I asked the question.
Tell us the answer.
So this is good cricket from Pakistan, showing good defense.
They definitely have a plan, I reckon. The plan is to see off the new ball. Wickets in hand, like I've been saying it from last 20 odd minutes. Wickets in hand, see off the new ball, and of course then play aggressive cricket. First power play, 1 to 10 overs, you only allow 2 fielders outside this 30-yard circle. So for India, fine leg is back, third man is back.
Well played again. Good stride forward. So far, really impressed with the defensive technique of the Pakistani openers. Maybe a couple of loose shots, but apart from that, in very good, especially against Bumrah.
That's where he generates space from. Look at the way he delivers his front foot, and then he lands on that foot and give everything else with his look back and of course with his shoulder and wrist, 3 things.
And what happens after that? Yeah, that is where I think he gets all his space. It's almost like a rubber band that gets released, like a projectile with that braced front foot. It just gets him to spring forward.
And Sanjay's follow through is so important. I've seen some young bowlers generally in world cricket, they run in the bowl beautifully, and suddenly after delivery they just stand there. So you have follow through and just run on with it. That's how you will generate your pace. It's a very odd action, very difficult action, but he mastered it, this young boy.
What you don't see there is a very intelligent cricketing brain. But a breeze, against the breeze for Bumrah. Well bowled. Just cut him in half on that one. And watch again the mixture of length from Jasprit Bumrah. It's a class act.
Let's have a look. Pitched beautifully and then seamed away off the pitch, and Fakhar Zaman was trying to play this delivery towards mid-wicket square leg, not against this delivery. Play straight towards extra cover, towards mid-off.
Certainly more lateral movement now than in the morning. Just the one run from the over. 4 overs gone. It's 13 from the wicket.
If I want better rates, my deposits take up to 5 days to reach India. But if I want fast transfers, I have to settle for lesser rates. That's a bad compromise. फिर की ले रहे हो क्या? Switch to Zoom so you don't have to compromise. Only Zoom gives you the perfect combo of Fatafat Zoom fast bank deposits and amazing rates. Download the Zoom app today. No one gets your bank deposits to India faster than Zoom.
Bhuvaneshwar Kumar to continue. And they continue to move this ball as well. Batting partnerships, bowling partnerships as well. It was noticeable when Pakistan bowled, it was Amir at one end and then a let-up the other. There is no such let-up between Kumar and Bumrah.
13 without loss at the moment. Pakistan, India turning it on. We're just seeing a little bit of seam movement off this pitch now with this new ball.
A bit like that. That's 3 on the bounce now. Now, whether it's just the skill of the bowlers and the seam position, or those heavy showers have just spiced up the surface, probably a combination of both.
It's probably the right length, Nas, as well. I think Pakistan were too short against India. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Bumrah pitching it up. Even there, I think Bhuvaneshwar Kumar will want to be a foot fuller than that. It looks good, seems away, play and miss. But I think he'll want to be just a fraction fuller to push this batsman forward, get him on the front foot.
It's the length. Great seam position, that slow-mo with the ball going down. You could see it perfectly. Pakistan fans will not need reminding of that. 6 zip. Look at the seam position there. That is superb.
That's perfection right there. So skillful, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Good pace as well, 135 Ks.
And again. Well, what Imam's done is he's just held the line. He's not followed it. I think Rohit's just saying get it a bit fuller.
Yeah, I don't like the look of that either. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's just grabbing his hamstring here. That's the perfect length, and there's that movement again. A lot of people around the bowling crease at the moment just checking where Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's landing, but he's just grabbed that hamstring. Wonder if he's just tweaked it.
Well, I think the footholes need repair, and I think Bhuvaneshwar Kumar needs a bit of repair as well. I'm going to have a word with his skipper. Just slipped on that front foot. You carry moisture on, and then he just slipped on that front foot, and he's just trying to run off. Maybe a little niggle. he's going off, I think. He's got his cap. Now, this is a massive moment. We've seen a few injuries in this last week. India obviously have Shami as a backup seamer and a couple of others, but Kumar was showing all his skills in that over.
Yeah, I think it's the smart option. I think it's worth going off straight away and seeing the physio. Allow him to assess, even if it's a tiny little niggle. He's so important. Patrick Farhat, the Indian physio, been around the Indian team and also the Australian team for such a long period of time. So Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's in great hands. So Jadeja come out onto the field to replace Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Vijay Shankar into the attack.
Oh, close, very close, surely, yes. What a substitution that is. Don't worry about Bhuvi, I'll get him, Skip.
Thinking about a review. 4 seconds, what are they going to do? Pakistan is going to go. And I think that's the right decision. I think that is absolutely dead from Vijay Shankar. No warm-ups, straight on, 125 Ks, smashing into the front pack.
Well, we were talking about length, get it a little bit fuller, no warm-up at all. Just clipping leg stump, a bit of shape in, the finger goes up. What a start from Shankar, first delivery and a wicket. Doesn't he love it?
And arm's gone for 7, it's 13 for 1. Babar Azam comes in at number 3, a very stylish player, but it is moving around now, Old Trafford. These 2 new white balls have just seamed. Vijay Shankar's come on and just got one to swing as well. You don't see that white ball swing much, just offered enough. ODI ranking of number 8 in the world. Catching square on the offside for Babar Azam. And this is an excellent start. Really good. That one just nipping back in. 14 for 1.
Hotstar Specials presents Hostages.
Pitched up, rubber caught on the crease. Nasser said that ball just seaming back in.
That's how you do it. 2 deliveries, 1 for 1. Excellent from Vijay Shankar. Gets his long sleeve jersey on. It's cool, it's blustery out there. He'll be warmed by his 3rd ODI wicket. Also making this ball talk. Just a bit of debris being blown across the pitch.
packet of chips I had for lunch, Nasser, I think.
Clark, what are your eyes like? Call that LBW. What was it hitting? Was it hitting?
Well, I said dead. I think it's hitting leg stump. Pitch is in line just. Probably clipping. Oh, good on-field decision.
Yeah, hitting. And that's why he didn't review it. He knew it was hitting hard, and even clipping wouldn't save him. What a start.
Well, it's another example of the length as well. If that's a foot shorter, it pitches outside leg. So getting the ball up a fraction fuller, and look at Virat Kohli. Vijay Shankar just saying, this is an easy game. Give me a bowl. I should open the bowling skip. I like this matchup, Nas. Barber versus Bumrah. Two quality players. Barber looked exceptional against Australia. Cummins and Stark were steaming in. He made it look easy. Cover drives, pull shots. This man's at the top of his game. Just wanted to have a little look at this. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, look at his seam. He's taking the ball away from the left-hander. Perfect seam. And then this, Vijay Shankar, no warm-ups. Again, perfect seam, but on this occasion, looking to bring the ball back into the left-hander. That's the variation that picks up that wicket.
Yeah, all well and good, but you can imagine all round India, people will be worried about Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. This is a long tournament. They're already without Shikhar Dhawan at the moment. And in these conditions, with a fairly damp summer we're having here in England, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar will be a threat. I think they've done the right thing. Get him off the field, get him assessed, get him right.
I think the other thing, the fact that he thought about bowling another ball, so he's got it early. It's not a major injury. It could just be a niggle. So even if he is out, might only be for a couple of days. Have a look at the Pakistan lineup. They've got some depth. They've got some experience. Hafiz, Sarfraz, Shoaib, Malik, so important through the middle. Those three players are going to have to step up here, but they need a foundation. They need these two batsmen at the crease, like India did, to build a partnership at the top of the order.
Kohli attacking. Three slips well spread. There's a first, a second and a fourth. That's because at times Babar Azam gets squared up on the back foot. Both his feet will be pointing down the pitch. Gets opened up. You see there. Technically is okay, but watch his feet and how he gets squared up. His stats in Test match cricket aren't as good. And his feet end up going straight down the pitch. And all that Bumrah needs to do is just get one to move away, and those three slips are waiting. Not there. Not there. He'll put you away all the time. Boundary to end the over, 20 for 1.
सामान्य ज्ञान तो बच्चों बताओ, यदि सोने का काम कराना है तो किसके पास जाना चाहिए?
सर 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 सुनार के पास।
एकदम सही। और अगर इंटरनेट पर सर्च करना हो तो?
सर सर
रोहन तुम बताओ।
सर गूगल।
बिल्कुल सही। और अगर ट्रैवल इंश्योरेंस खरीदना हो तो?
Visitorscoverage.com, the most trusted name for travel insurance.
सबको पता है।
$20 for 1. Shankar's bowled 2 deliveries. Keep me on, Skip. Why not?
Wide, and it's 4. I'm unsure about this field. Yes, they brought third man up to give Vijay Shankar extra protection on the left side. So fine leg and deep square leg. But I just worry, does that make Vijay Shankar bowl too straight? More swinging I can understand. There's not much swing there. Still think that extra protection on the offside allows him to bowl the line that can bring in that edge. He's a man at slip waiting for a catch. Not sure if he's going to be able to bowl that line with this field.
That was a hit-me ball and a misfield. They'll only get one. Well, Pakistan need big things from these two. Fakhar Zaman has had a quiet tournament. In fact, the two lads that had great tournaments for them in the Champions Trophy, Hassan Ali and Fakhar Zaman, have had quiet times in the World Cup. There you go. I was talking about the technique of Babar Azam and why his test career, his average, is so much lower. I think it's because he gets opened up and brings that slip cordon into play. And in white ball cricket, where he's the number one T20 player, and in ODI cricket, there's not as many slips.
Those stats are interesting, and I just wonder, with so much technology, how much of that important information gets to opposition captains. Because for mine, if that's the case, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to set a test match field and bowl test match line and length, particularly if there's a tiny bit of movement, as we've seen today. So I think it might, even for someone like Vijay Shankar, who's only 120, 126 Ks, it might be worth keeping that second slip. Bowl that fourth stump channel and look to square Bubba up. Because that's really interesting. Those statistics, they certainly tell a very clear story.
Good fielding, an excellent stop, and up and recovers. Who else? Kohli. Changed the culture of this team, Virat Kohli, as far as fielding and fitness goes. Completely changed them.
Yeah, sets the standard with the bat, also in the field today. That's exceptional. Saves 4 there. Yes, you do expect him to stop it because he's such a good athlete, but it's the consistency. He does it regularly. Keeps Bubba on strike. Exactly what you want as a bowling unit. I know we're already only 6.5 overs in, but that pressure's building. 1 wicket down, required rate sneaking up to 7.5. Pressure on Pakistan at the moment.
You feel they've got to go after Shankar, Hardik Pandya maybe as well, someone else they've got to go after. The other thing is the wet outfield. You can see here with the footholes, the bowlers are carrying on that moisture, carrying it into their footholes, whether the wrist spinners, how well they're able to grip the ball. Who's the best fielding side in this tournament? Michael Clarke? You're not allowed to use the word Australia.
I wouldn't say Australia at the moment. I don't think they've been at their best. I think probably India, England. They're probably the best two teams in the World Cup at the moment anyway, in regards to form and consistency over a 12-month period. But I think those two are leading the way in the field. There's no doubt about it.
A shocker against Pakistan, outfielded by Pakistan. That doesn't happen a lot. That's a throwdown, but he finds the fielder. 25 for 1.
Hotstar Specials presents City of Dreams, now streaming.
Bumrah to continue. 3 overs for 11. Wonderfully set up actually by two different bowlers. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar back of a length going across with that wobble seam, and then Vijay Shankar came on, bowled it fuller, and because the head had gone across for Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, we got him out LBW. Actually, but how does Bumrah get the ball to swing away from the right-hander? He must have the perfect wrist, surely.
Yeah, well, I think, again, I spoke to Wasim Akram a couple of days ago about, we were talking about Mitchell Starc and wrist position, and I think that's why Wasim Akram was so good. So this action of Bumrah's, the natural tendency is to take the ball away from a left-hander, but exactly what you're saying, Nas, the skill of that wrist position controls the seam of the ball, then that allows him somehow to be able to bring it back into the left-hander as well.
A lot of meetings and a lot of chat on that India balcony. Obviously a bit of concern, maybe not so much for the tournament, but Virat Kohli in the middle will want to know what's happening with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Is he coming back out?
Yeah, and I think there's, as I say, Patrick Farhat's experience, the Indian physio's experience is so important in making decisions like this. It's not just about today, it's about the whole tournament, it's about semi-finals, final for India. They need Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. And that'll definitely put extra pressure on India today. There's no doubt about it. They'll have to find a way to get 10 overs out of Vijay Shankar or Jadhav. But for mine, if Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is not 100%, he should not be stepping back out onto that ground today, in my opinion.
Yeah, I reckon there'll be a message coming on via the physio to Kohli. Try and get by without Bhuvi, or Bhuvi's going to have a little rest and then he's going to come on. Message being passed on.
Shemi running the message out. I think Shemi will want to say to Virat, can I bowl the remaining overs for him?
Yeah. Or he's out of the tournament completely. I'm in. Pick me, Skip. Not actually the message you were given, but...
They've got a week between games as well, India. I think both these teams have a good break, so that'll help Bhuvaneshwar Kumar a lot.
It's gone fine. I reckon that'll go away for 4. It does. 8 overs gone, 29 for 1.
क्या बिजू भैया? Give me time to remove my pads at least.
Promises are best delivered at the earliest, bro.
तू तो मेरे से भी तेज हो गया यार.
Immediate money transfer in just 3 clicks. So your promises always arrive on time.
Remit to India. Promises come home.
Bye. Get him right for the tournament. So Kohli knows where he stands with his bowling resources. He can plan accordingly. Pandya into the attack.
Well, the other thing about a hamstring injury, if that's what it is with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, as soon as they put ice on it, which they probably want to help repair the injury, that'll stiffen it up. So as soon as ice touches that leg, he won't be able to come back onto the field. Just looking at Patrick Farhat on the sideline there, the Indian physio, not being in there, I think that's exactly what this call is about. It's straight to Virat Kohli saying he's got a slight niggle. Are you happy for him not to come back? Virat, as captain, says absolute no-brainer. Tell him to stay off the field. Get his leg right. We'll find a way. Just hope for India's sake, as you mentioned, Nas, it's not bad enough to rule him out of the whole tournament.
क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं अभी इंडिया में
maybe that Michael Clarke was making with the movement that was there earlier. Maybe length pushing up towards the slot would have been a better option. The slot really is the death overs, just a fraction fuller, and the wicket delivery came from that fuller length. And there's no movement, get it back into length. Single, good running. Eventually stretching at the end.
Good fielding from Jadhav there at mid-on. And the Pakistan fans watching on, praying for a partnership between these two.
Just outside leg, 34 for 1.
भूत क्रिकेट का है सवार, ESPN क्रिकेट पे आ जा यार।
A strong partnership here. Required weight 7.39 for Pakistan. Fans pinning their hopes on Babar Azam and on Fakhar Zaman. Both can be deadly dangerous. One a stylist, the other one can bludgeon the ball. Fakhar 15 from 22 balls. So both have got a start here, sort of. And Pakistan's major worry at times is that some of these top order batsmen throw away a good start.
Yeah, and that's why Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli and Shikhar Dhawan are so special. They get in, they get big hundreds, and that's what Pakistan need at this stage. Bright sunny day up in Manchester for the moment, to be honest, and a change of ends for Vijay Shankar.
Is a beautiful driver of the ball, Babar Azam. Trying to stretch his front leg to the pitch of the ball. So got to be a little bit careful rather than hitting the ball hard. It's about timing the ball more than anything else at this stage. This ball is still newish.
Yeah, they need a partnership. They need someone to get in and keep the score motoring. It's only going to get easier as they get set. Babar Azam, very good record in this format of the game. And they need brilliance. Fakhar Zaman, Babar Azam and rest of the batting.
India bowled superbly because they've not allowed any rhythm to this Pakistan innings. You see Fakhar stuttering a little bit. By standard strike rate of 65 is not what he usually gets for Pakistan against the new ball in the first 10 overs. Babar with a strike rate of 80, but you can feel that they are yearning for a bit of rhythm. Agricultural losing the shape on that one, trying to hit the ball a little too hard.
Yeah, the scoreboard pressure. The need to find the fence. No, Vijay Shankar is not a frontline bowler. And with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar off the field with the hamstring, they will target him and Hardik Pandya. India have two spinners in the middle, the likes of Chahal and Kuldeep. Who pairs bowled very, very well. A lot of Pakistani fans in this game, a lot of Indian fans as well.
That's a good line to bowl to Babar Azam because at times it goes across the line. Yeah, he's got to hold the shape of the blade and look to play the ball in that B area, maybe through mid-off more than through the leg side. I think I would have a slip in place for Babar as well because he's the strike force. He's the go-to guy for Pakistan with the bat. So getting rid of him ASAP is what India would want.
That's exactly what you're saying. Bowl wicket to wicket. And don't give him width. Pakistan will have to get a move on.
Part of the carnival. Drums and drama and the drum beat and the bhangra. You can see it all here. And it's down the leg side. Good thing about Virat Kohli and about India is that they can have flexible plans because of the spread of bowling that they have. And that relaxes a captain. For example, Shankar came on to bowl, he picked up a wicket and so he's staying put. Virat not really pressurized to get his best bowler in. That's a good shot for a run. Now after 10, it's 38 for 1.
This could be the best year of your life. Nervous?
I'm ready.
This is what the nation certainly wants. Upgrade to the Amble Pack for the best year of your life.
Australia started in a similar manner weeks ago against India, I beg your pardon, and they were chasing a very big total, 358. They managed to get to 320 at the end. Pakistan bat deep, but they'll have to bat well. India at this stage were 53 for no loss, and they have bowled a lot better to the Pakistani batsmen than what they did in the morning.
There's protection there now for that drive that he plays so well, Babar Azam. Right, it's gone India's way the first 10 overs. Shankar 1 for 10 in 2.2 overs. Pakistan just a struggling start more than anything else. A lot of play and miss. The full toss was put away. And then they bowled wonderfully well. That angle across the stumps worked perfectly. Lanka's first ball, and a mighty good result.
He hasn't got the timing right, Fakhar Zaman. You can see him is trying to hit that boundary, trying to hit the ball at the middle of the bat. But it's been one of those days for him. We'll be very keen to see what exactly he does from this stage. India at this stage, as we said, the power play comparison were 53 for none. So Pakistan 15 runs behind and they've lost a wicket. India have just got stronger and stronger as the match progressed. Pakistan need a similar performance.
That's a nice pull shot. India showed Pakistan the value of a good start. And then batting with a lot of common sense. It was about partnerships. It was about attacking the bad balls. Pakistan have hardly been fed with anything loose. So they've got to create something out of good deliveries. And that can't be easy.
Also, you got to take into consideration the Indian fielding. Kuldeep Yadav and Deep finally was very, very quick at that stage. So it won't be easy for Pakistan. They'll have to play really, really well. He'll be itching to bowl very soon. Normally, Kohli brings him after 10 overs, one of his leg spinners. Probably be holding them back a bit more this game. And the reason is Vijay Shankar. He's given them a wicket and most importantly bowled well. He changed his end around. He's bowling from the Jimmy Anderson end. First ball of his World Cup career. Gets the wicket of Imam. A very good delivery. Just swings back into the left-hander. Always a very good delivery to any left-hander when it comes back into him. It's margin and hitting the leg stump.
Yeah, he was shown the outswinger angle consistently by Bhuvneshwar and Bumrah. Was wrong-footed by Vijay Shankar. Point is that Pakistan cannot afford to relax. So this is a grind, a long haul. This is batting well not only for the first 10 or first 20 overs, but you need to bat well right throughout the innings. And what India have done so well so far is they've just tried to hit the hard links. We haven't seen them to do a lot with the ball. It's just basic discipline, channel, hitting the hard length.
The footmarks also has been a big problem for the Indian bowlers from this end, from the Bryant Statham end. You look at Hardik Pandya just hobbling off after the previous delivery. We'll be closely following him with his groin. End of the over, 41 for 1.
If I want better rates, my deposits take up to 5 days to reach India. But if I want fast transfers, I have to settle for lesser rates? That's a bad compromise. फिर की ले रहे हो क्या? Switch to Zoom so you don't have to compromise. Only Zoom gives you the perfect combo of Fatafat Zoom fast bank deposits and amazing rates. Download the Zoom app today. No one gets your bank deposits to India faster than Zoom.
What has he got up his sleeve? Mickey Arthur still got a very stern look. Pakistan have been at the receiving end throughout the day, so they need to just prop up their chances in the next hour or so by batting sensibly.
Well, they have a plan. They played England a month ago in these conditions. Their power play scores were pretty similar. And they went on to get big scores, 330, 350. It's good work at point. So there is a method to the madness. And the key for them will be not to lose wickets. Yes, you can say that England's spin attack in the middle was a bit different from India. The likes of Chahal and Kuldeep are probably better equipped in the middle overs than the England spinners. But still they kept to 330, 340, more number of games in that series. So chasing these totals is not something new. It's not something which they have not seen recently. And they're up against a very good side. A side which is good spinners.
At what point will India unleash spin?
We'll try and get Vijay Shankar to bowl a few overs till the ball's new. He's got the wicket early on in his bowling spell. They will go on with him till actually Pakistan hit him out of the attack. And then the spinners will come in. Maybe a couple more. I'll be very keen to see how Hardik Pandya follows up after the previous over.
He's got a towel with him because these are greasy conditions in the slot, and that's well blocked. This is where India could be better than Pakistan. They're more athletic. There's awareness in the circle. They know from what point they need to come in for Fakhar Zaman, where they need to stand for Babar Azam, both very different in style and execution.
Well, that was a previous over from Hardik Pandya. He's very close to the danger zone. We saw both the Pakistani fast bowlers being pulled up by the umpire. And what's more important for India is what happened after that. There was a bit of limp after he finished the delivery, and you can see the physios in attendance.
Yeah, it's a tricky outfield actually. Tricky bowling conditions because it rained, then it dried up. So you're actually playing on a drying surface, on a drying outfield. And so if you lose the grip, if you're not consistent in your run-up, then you can be exposed to a bit of injury.
Especially with the amount of sawdust at the bowling footmark. There's quite a few of it. We all have to put this behind and get on with the game. There are no excuses. There's quite a bit. This is not the bowling footmark we're talking about. That's in some part of the ground. There is quite a bit on where the left foot lands.
In the slot, that's driven and well struck for a couple of runs. Intelligent piece of field placement by India, because they know that Babar is so sweet through the offside. He likes to drive the ball, so there's protection now put into place. And so every time he's hit a ball, it's invariably gone to that fielder, which would mean more pressure on Babar Azam, because he'll have to now create a different angle to miss that deep fielder, thereby allowing India with an opportunity to get him out as well. That's a lot better. That's beautifully timed into the gap, and 4. He's a graceful looking player.
Terrific way to finish the over. Boundary to finish, a much needed boundary. The innings need a bit of momentum. 49 for 1.
Welcome to Emirates, Mr. Jones. Just sit back, relax, then let us entertain you. With over 4,000 channels of entertainment, including the latest movies and box sets from around the world. We even have live sports and news channels. And your free Wi-Fi will start shortly. Enjoy your flight, Mr. Jones.
World's best in-flight entertainment. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
His first glimpse of spin. Kuldeep Yadav can trick the very best in the business. Chinaman googly, such a rarity in this day and age, but what a value it carries. If you don't pick him off the hand, you can be done with a bit of surprise.
It's a key moment of the game. The fortunes of this game will depend on how well in Pakistan play the spinners. That's the last delivery of the previous over. Very well placed. The point just behind on the square of, according to the pace of Shankar. Very good boundary. Pakistan need a lot more of those. It's not been his day so far. Hasn't hit the ball well, hasn't timed it well. The good thing is he's still hanging there.
How long though? He's got to read him off the hand, because if he's trying to read him off the surface, he's going to be late in execution.
That's a leg spinner. He's just started to bowl a bit more quicker, Kuldeep Yadav. Before he came to this part of the world, he was just a bit slow in the air, so Just worked on his bowling. It allows the batsman a little less time than he used to do. But this will be key moment of the game.
Such a good ball. Inviting the drive so that he can use the slip fielder. Can he hang in there, Fakhar? Normally a free-flowing batsman. He's been blocked here by India. They bowled beautifully at him.
50 comes up. The 13th over. Moves on to 19 of just 34 deliveries. What's important for him at this stage is to continue, not to throw it away. And he's got set. He spent a fair bit of time at the crease, and you don't want a new batsman at this stage.
Pakistan's 50 is raised. Read it, played round the corner. That's good batting actually. Such a good position if you read him off the hand to play that ball into the gap. 51 for 1.
I saved all this money on international transfers. Want to know how? I use Instarem. Instarem gives me the same exchange rate which I see on Google. So I save on every money transfer. Whether I send money to my mom, hi ma, or directly pay for my EMIs back home. Well, my dream home. What are you waiting for? Switch to Instarem. It's secure and seamless.
Now get $45 bonus on your first 3 transfers. Use code WIN45.
Required weight 7.73, and we've got a latest on Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He's got slight stiffness, tightness in his left hamstring, so he'll not be taking part in this contest.
Yeah, it's a big blow to India. A big blow to the Indian bowling. And the good thing is they have Vijay Shankar to fill up the overs. So he becomes the 5th bowler for India in this game.
Injury clearly has taken a potent force out of Virat's hands. Not only does he bowl well with the new ball, Bhuvi, but his temperament is rock solid when he's attacking the last part of the innings, the tail enders. I just feel that if Pakistan can play out 50 overs, I think they could be competitive. No point in reaching out at this stage. They need 285 from 220 balls. If they keep on rehearsing that in the mind, they'll never get over the line. But it's just that you've got to play the next 5 overs properly, then the next 5. So build a bit of pressure and ease pressure off your shoulders by looking for these little milestones.
Absolutely. Keep it simple. Just worry about the next ball. You can't go into a run chase thinking about 337. Just think about the situation.
Has played well. I like the way he politely played that pull shot. It wasn't anything with anger, but he wanted to dispatch it for a 6. It was all about placing the ball and good roll of the wrist, and he got a 4.
A good cricket shot. He's not the quickest, Hardik Pandya. The previous delivery was just 123 kilometers an hour. And that's exactly when you say for me, just pat properly. That's the hook shot, the slower bouncer, and he placed it well. He's take the game till the end. Last 10 overs, wickets in hand, 90. He's gettable.
The other thing that he does well when he's batting, Fakhar, is that he's very good at rotation of strikes. He judges the single well. So it's not just one-dimensional wham-bam stuff from him. But his batting will be tested against quality spin. And runs for Babar. I still would advocate a slip for Babar. At times that front foot stays in the crease. And the ball is doing enough really to demand a slip from Virat Kohli.
What it also does is keeps the batsman thinking that you got to be absolutely spot on with your footwork, with your balance, with your timing. Otherwise, there are people in catching position. The third man up for Hardik Pandya is the last ball of his over. Captains normally tend to bring the third man up and make it a good over. The hitting areas, mid-on, deep square leg, there's enough protection.
Attempted off-cutter. Doesn't get a response from the umpire. Is looking for a wide. Didn't get one. 58 for 1.
अंदर के माहौल और बाहर के माहौल में थोड़ा फर्क है और वो फर्क जानने के लिए क्रिमिनल जस्टिस देखना पड़ेगा.
Breeze will blow over the clouds, hopefully. It gets dark. We see a bit of sun as well. There's that drive down the ground. I think you've got to be very calculating against Kuldeep Yadav. You've got to find the angles that you can attack him through and got to make sure that you don't lose a wicket as well.
Also, you got to be careful that you don't let him settle down. You shouldn't be allowing him to bowl where he wants to. Make him think. There's a lot of batting to come in the Pakistan unit. He's not a big spinner of the ball. It won't turn that much on this surface. It's still a new ball. So it's very important that you don't allow him to bowl in his comfort area.
Getting 9 and over in the last 10 overs is a doable proposition, but getting 9 from over number 20 to over number 50 is seriously going to challenge Pakistan. So they've got to just manage somehow the required rate. Nobody's asking them to go ballistic, but it's about at least managing 5 singles or 6 singles.
Yeah, it's about 6 runs and over. That's possible in modern day cricket. 3 runs from this over so far. They're required at 7.81. You just keep playing every over. Don't look too far ahead.
Oh, the shot was on. There is no cover for him at mid-wicket. So clearly there was an intent from the left-hander. Virat is happy. He wants Fakhar really to go for broke.
Oh, absolutely. That shot was on. Leg spinner. And
that's a nice shot into the gap, made room, and will find runs as well. Baba, will he come back for the third? It's a long fence, and that's well run in the end.
Good over at the end. 6 runs for Pakistan. 64 for 1. And it's time for drinks.
भूत क्रिकेट का है सवार. ESPN क्रिकेट पे आ जा यार.
For the loss of one. Pakistan trying to be competitive, but they still got a long way to go. Right. What about the magic moments? Down memory lane.
Oh, that's gone miles in the air. Miles in the air, and it's caught! India have won! A place in the World Cup final is theirs. Let the party begin.
That's the semi-final. India 260 for 9 and a game which Pakistan should have won. It was a real magic moment for India. They won by 29 runs, and the man in your picture, Zahir Khan, bowled exceptionally well under pressure.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, at the break, I read it as Pakistan's win, 260, on what was a good-looking batting streak. Saif Ali Khan, a famous Bollywood actor. Cricket runs in his family. His father was ex-Indian captain, Mansoor Ali Khan, who lost an eye in an accident, I believe, Saurav. So he played with one eye and was a gun fielder, they tell me.
And a very respected captain as well. Flex down to square leg for a single. It's quite natural that he's up here watching the game, a big match of the World Cup, India-Pakistan. Very widely respected, Mansoor Ali Khan Pataudi. They love their cricket.
Oh, he shouldn't be frowning. India doing well. Relax. Is run with the shot, and so thankfully for Pakistan's case it was misfielded. Right. Bit of analysis from Mr. Manjrekar.
Yes, Wasim Akram was talking about Jasprit Bumrah's front leg and the brace knee that he has. The exact opposite of that is Hardik Pandya. Have a look at the front leg as it lands. On the left is Bumrah, very straight, erect, a collapsing knee on the right of Hardik Pandya. Two opposite ends of the spectrum, really, when you look at that front leg.
Oh, that's a massive hit. That really is well connected in the slot for the left-hander. Is this the shot that will give him rhythm?
Yeah, it's medium pace from Hardik Pandya. Just back of a length and bang, it goes over mid-wicket. Every now and then he tries to hold that short delivery. That wasn't too short, to be honest. He picks the length. Great positions, Fakhar Zaman, a bit unorthodox. But most importantly, he picks the gap. Something to cheer for the Pakistan fans. They need a move on from here. A lot of responsibility on Hardik Pandya, with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar not being able to bowl for the remainder of the game. So that's a huge advantage to Pakistan. Having a good chat with him, Virat Kohli. Just got to get the lengths right. Just got to bowl that channel on the off stump, outside the off stump.
They're just trying to impress upon the bowler that there is enough in the pitch. If you pitch the ball up to Fakhar especially, you're wasting your breath if you're trying to bounce him out, because it's well settled now into the 30s, Fakhar. Yeah, more like it. Length ball, targeting the stumps, not giving him any width. India still looking to have mid-on and mid-off up in the circle, which is good because they're asking the batsmen really to go hard to beat those two fielders. Edge, and that's run away very quickly, briskly for another 4. Fakhr finally warming up to the task.
Yeah, big over for Pakistan. It'll be a challenge for Virat Kohli to marshal his troops without Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Slower delivery once again. Thick outside edge, trying to play the cut shot. Another boundary is over.
Hardik has got to realize that bowling has got to be like a frontline bowler. No point in bowling variations. Seam up ball and that's hammered, but there's a fielder there. More than the runs, it's the confidence of Fakhr that'll warm up the fans. 75 for 1.
This could be the best year of your life.
Nervous?
I'm ready.
This is what the nation certainly wants.
Upgrade to the Amble Pack for the best year of your life.
Number 3, Shah.
Often do you see Chahal? I think the idea was right. Execution wasn't, got the leading edge. Had that been executed perfectly, would have been at least a couple of runs.
Yeah, looking to get it really fine. There's a man backward square leg, you can see there. Gets that fine, he gets 4. Straight off the toe of the bat. Yeah, big job here for Chahal. He's a wicket taker. Virat quite aggressive, keeping himself at slip.
Well done. There was a slight hesitation from Babar Azam with that great stop. That Dinesh Karthik, his primary role is keeping in the field, but he's such a committed cricketer, has always been.
Yeah, brilliant that. Save 4 once again. Every single run at the moment for India. Pretty good in the field today so far.
Leg slip now. So I guess what's happening here is India have managed to get that control on the Pakistan innings. The required rate has climbed up to 7.76 and India have plenty of overs of spin. So how Pakistan plays spin and scores against spin will really decide the game.
Yeah, I think these two are batting really well. This is exactly what Pakistan needed. It's just a foundation, just a base that they can go from. So the longer these two can bat, just keep this partnership going. They don't have to worry too much about that run rate. 7.7 at the moment, as you mentioned, Sanjay. But it's more about wickets in hand for Pakistan that's important. They can just tick the spinners over, 6 and over. Not taking too many risks until they get that bad ball for the boundary. I think the next 15 overs, get to that 30 over mark, 31, 32 over mark, and assess from there.
They're old school, isn't it? Shoaib Malik, Mohammad Hafiz, so you would expect them to be good players of spin. Finds the fielder. Just gone down there, Virat Kohli. 17 overs gone. 79 for 1.
No matter where you're from or which country you're supporting, we all want the same thing: to be winners. When you send money overseas with Instarim, everyone's a winner with Instarim's best transfer amount guarantee. Sign up now and get a bonus $45 on your first 3 transfers. Use code WIN45.
There's a bit of a smile there from Mickey Arthur, Pakistan coach. A lot more comfortable now than where he was when Pakistan were bowling.
So this is Kuldeep Yadav's third over. He's gone for 8 so far. Took him at least 3 matches, if not 4, to get the right pace to bowl at in these conditions. You can just see that he's settled down now to bowl his stuff in English conditions. I want to show you something very interesting. The engine room has been throwing up some interesting observations. Now we saw the brace knee, but now focus on the release. Have a look at where Jasprit Bumrah releases the ball, which is pitching on the same length as Hardik Pandya. If you sometimes wonder why Bumrah's ball just comes on quicker to the bat, that could be one of the reasons. Much further the release than Hardik Pandya. And maybe that's because of his very unique action, which is sort of going forward. It's always going forward. So what's interesting is the same length ball that we picked up, and he's further up. You can see 62 centimeters for Bumrah, 18 for Hardik Pandya. He saw that one, the googly from Kuldeep Yadav. 5 singles from that over. It's 84 for 1.
क्या अपनी फैमिली को बचाने के लिए एक बेगुनाह का मर्डर करेंगे आप?
Rotate the strike, keep picking up singles, keep the scoreboard ticking along.
Do it. Not just about who's winning or losing, generally just coming and having fun. At the moment it's nice and sunny. Supporting India. One of those cricketers that you just love watching in the field. Focuses so much on batsmen and bowlers. Actually, the biggest stand here at Old Trafford, Clark, is the one with the scaffolding, the temporary stand which has been there for a while.
Yeah, it's nice and full as well. Majority Indian supporters, but I did see a few Pakistani flags as well, waving loudly and proudly at the moment with this partnership growing. Amazing support for both countries. Underrated. As a player, you love that. Looking around and seeing your flags and people wearing the shirts.
So when they started off the run chase, the rate was 6.74. It's climbed up to 8 now. So at some point of time, they'll have to expedite matters, I guess.
I think if they're not hitting boundaries, that's the key there. You can't afford too many dot balls, but they can rotate strike 1s and 2s. A little bit like India did through this period. If it's not quite there to hit for 4 or 6, get it out to the deep men and look for that second run. Just the dot balls that'll build pressure for Pakistan.
Since that playing condition or rule came in that you've got to have 5 fielders inside the circle till the 40th over, see teams starting to use that 5th fielder that they've got to have at this stage as an attacking position. Is that bad first? Virat Kohli is very excited. Dhoni will calm him down.
That's real close.
He's getting no support from Dhoni, who thinks his bat first and then bad and could be impact outside the off stump. Look at how different these two guys are. And that's why I guess they get along so well, and it's a wonderful partnership that keeps the balance.
Oh, geez, I think that might be pad first. Whew, we need to see that again.
Oh, so close. 19 is gone. It's 86 for 1.
If I want better rates, my deposits take up to 5 days to reach India. But if I want fast transfers, I have to settle for lesser rates? That's a bad compromise. फिर की ले रहे हो क्या? Switch to Zoom so you don't have to compromise. Only Zoom gives you the perfect combo of Fatafat Zoom fast bank deposits and amazing rates. Download the Zoom app today. No one gets your bank deposits to India faster than Zoom.
That we have.
Virat and Nimesh, you're right. That relationship is unbelievable and so important for this Indian team. But sometimes as captain, even against everybody else's wishes, you just got to go with your gut. And on that instant, I think Virat might have been right. I think he was spot on. I think it was pad then bat.
Saying Virat Kohli is almost celebrating. Dhoni has just walked up, discussing his finding. There's a smile on his face.
Umpire review for stumping. Let's start with the front foot, please.
Is this Kuldeep Yadav's first wicket?
That's a fair delivery. Let's move to your best side angle, please. Foot is out at the moment. Ball is in the gloves. Yes, can you zoom down for me or go to the other side? The other side will show me the bails coming up. He's grounded and the bails are now coming off. He's grounded. I'm satisfied. I have a decision for you.
Yep, one of the easier ones for the TV umpire. The players have taken their position. We saw all that happening on the giant screen, and that's why Dhoni wasn't as excited or over the moon with that one. Or at least confident. He's never over the moon. Maybe the one before that is worth having a look at again. We were talking about Virat Kohli and Dhoni. Different temperaments up here in the commentary box as well. Different temperaments with that one. Michael Clark has called that out. I'm not so sure, but it'll be fun to look at it. The thing about Dhoni, So good at everything.
Pitch maintenance after cricket, maybe for Dhoni. Groundsman. Maybe he's a groundsman like Nathan Lyon used to be. Tell you the positive for India, good spin from Kuldeep Yadav on that delivery. Fraction slower out of the hand, good turn away. This is the field he's got at the moment for the right-hander. Miss Dhoni making sure the angles are right.
This is good stuff from Kuldeep Yadav, almost getting a wicket. He's been economical. Good to see him settle down in these conditions. There's a huge piece of plastic rolling onto the pitch. It's the one run from the over, 87 for 1.
Welcome to Emirates, Mr. Jones. Just sit back, relax, then let us entertain you. With over 4,000 channels of entertainment, including the latest movies and box sets from around the world. We even have live sports and news channels. And your free Wi-Fi will start shortly. Enjoy your flight, Mr. Jones.
World's best in-flight entertainment. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
Yeah, fondly called Kulcha, this spinning pair of India. Kuldeep Yadav and Yuzvendra Chahal in tandem. This is when things happen for India in white ball cricket. It's gone up in the air. This is when things happen, when on this occasion, just over the fielder. And with that one, he's gone to 50, Fakhar Zaman. Something about India that gets the best out of him. 15 50-plus score in one-day international. Well played.
Yeah, spot on, Sanjay. Very well played. Again, yes, there's risk here, but the reward so important for Pakistan. They've built the foundation. Now they've got to up the ante. Beautiful slog sweep, first ball of the over.
Oh, well bowled. Well bowled by Chahal. The next ball is flighted even more. This is where he's exceptional. Virat Kohli diving forward.
I think just short of Kohli. I think he might have just tried to get it collected on the half volley. Couldn't get his hands underneath it.
Sweep again. Just get the feeling maybe now that he's got his 50, he might just unleash that that's his natural game. Okay, this is what we were talking about, is that bad first and then bad, and maybe Michael Clark was right because there is disturbance before the ball reaches the bat on the right. So on this occasion, Virat Kohli was right.
That is dead. That's smashing in the middle stump. Yeah. I wonder what that'll cost India. How many runs?
You could see he was in two minds. There was some intent of playing that on the leg side, of a ball hitting the glove, and the other way around. 51 of 61. Sure, he's watching that and is thinking, now is the time to maybe press the pedal. It's a time for India to expect a wicket or two. This is going to be a fascinating couple of overs.
Yeah, it's class bowling from Chahal. It's the change in pace. This was the first ball of the over that went for 6. Beautiful batting. Yes, there's risk, but great execution. Chahal's come back well. 6 off the first, just another single off the following 4. His variation in speed is causing problems for Pakistan.
He had a fielder on the leg side, and that's why the line from Chahal changed. It's a misfield from Kedar Jadhav. 21 overs gone, it's 95 for 1.
भूत क्रिकेट का है सवार ESPN क्रिकेट पे आ जा यार।
that you see there is a temporary one built through scaffolding. Takes them 25 days to set up, is what I'm told. 13 miles of scaffolding to get that very tall, high stand, which is mid-wicket at the moment. Kuldeep Yadav runs in. Yeah, so we saw bat first and then bat, and where was the ball heading? Oh dear. Mind you, I've seen Virat Kohli actually back his own instincts many times. It's not completely reliant on Dhoni. On this occasion, he went with Dhoni.
Yeah, and I think that's still the right way. Yeah, okay, Virat goes with his gut, he could get that wicket, but I think you've got to look to... Wicketkeeper's got the best view, also asked the bowler. But he was confident, Virat. Decision as captain. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't.
Just the track record, isn't it? Mahendra Singh Dhoni has such a good record in deciding for the captain whether to go for the review, that he went with Dhoni, but on that occasion his instincts were right, however excitable may have seemed at the time. Watch out for the next 5 overs. This is where the game will be really defined. Yeah, there comes that slog on the leg side. That's a cracking shot. Had the feeling that after 50 he might just unleash. Here's one of Fakhr Zaman's best.
It's a beautiful shot. There's a big gap. It's a huge boundary out there at mid-wicket. There's a man at long on and just in front of square. So you just got to get it over mid-wicket's head. It's not the worst ball from Kuldeep Yadav. Maybe a fraction full. Really good batting. Comeback from Kuldeep Yadav. It's one of the things I like about both these spinners. They're not scared to toss the ball up. You go for a boundary, it doesn't stop them. They accept that's part of bowling spin. Looking for wickets.
The ball, just the 1 run. 8 runs from the over, 103 for 1.
No matter where you're from or which country you're supporting, we all want the same thing: to be winners. When you send money overseas with InstaRim, everyone's a winner with InstaRim's best transfer amount guarantee. Sign up now and get a bonus $45 on your first 3 transfers. Use code WIN45.
But this partnership 90, and that happens to be Pakistan's highest partnership against India in World Cups. That's for any wicket. It's interesting. Well, he means business now, Fakhr Zaman. He wants to flex his muscles a little bit now. They were keeping a track on the match through phases as well. The first one belonged to India, top performer being Vijay Shankar with that first wicket of Imam. Second, I guess, Pakistan have done well. Oh, sweet and long as well. That's a terrific shot.
Timing at its absolute best from Bubba on this occasion. Again, straight at the pegs. If the batsman misses, this is plumb LBW. So there is risk for Pakistan. But picks the length, picks the line. Beautiful execution. That is right out of the middle. Spoken about the size of that boundary out there. Good strike. Miss Dhoni now coming down to Chahal. As the Pakistan fans start their celebrations.
88 meters, so that was a big hit. He's a good player, he's got good numbers at the international level. Babar Azam 44 now, of 51. Dhoni's just had a word. Watch the line for the next ball and just be a little wider.
Smart cricket. Boundary first ball. And down to long on for a single. These are the overs from 11 to 20. Pakistan played well. This is where they built their foundation. Yes, they hit some boundaries. There's plenty of rotation of strike. So a good piece of bowling there from Kuldeep Yadav. Miss Dunley just couldn't get those bails off in time.
He's going for the big one again. It's going to be a run.
Now, I spoke a lot about Pakistan getting on top against Australia a couple of games ago and then losing a wicket at a really important time. I think we're at that stage now for Pakistan. They're just starting to hit some boundaries, get some momentum. This is where they've got to be disciplined. Don't throw their wicket away. 2 batsmen in. It's not there to hit a boundary. Keep rotating strike.
Directed. Will the umpire go upstairs? Runs partnership. You weren't listening earlier. This is the highest partnership for Pakistan against India in all World Cups, and that was spectacular from Virat Kohli. Leading by example, the intensity in the field. Ball's turning. Pakistan is playing well at the moment. Good partnership. This 113 for 1.
This could be the best year of your life.
Nervous?
And many.
This is what the nation certainly wants. Upgrade to the Amble Pack for the best year of your life.
Virat Kohli has just gone off the field. So Rohit Sharma will be in charge now. The seasoned captain, the IPL level, is captain India as well.
Yeah, very good tactician as well, Rohit Sharma. Had a lot of success in the IPL. I think he's the most successful captain in the IPL. 4 IPL wins now. Yeah, very good tactically. I would assume Virat's just gone off for a bathroom break. We'll be back next over. There's the field for the left-hander. Kuldeep Yadav bowling. Rohit Sharma in at slip. Still looking for that wicket.
He's been very sensible today. India are expecting Fakhar Zaman to go after every ball and thereby get a wicket in this mid. Okay, the stumping of Dhoni. Why was he a little late to take the bails off? Look where he had to collect. Big distance away from the stumps. It's a turn that took the ball away and allowed the batsman to come back. Normally, Dhoni's so quick. So when you watch it from side on, that's something you don't see as to how far the ball was collected, because the ball really turned on that occasion. Good cricket for Pakistan. This is an excellent partnership.
Yeah, smart batting. And Kuldeep Yadav bowling quite well. Not as easy to hit boundaries. So just getting singles at the moment. 3 ones from 4 deliveries this over.
just getting no warning, the Indian spinners, when Zaman is going after the bowling. Quite happy to knock few just around, pick up singles, and then suddenly there's that sweep short of the slot sweep. Babar Azam on strike. Kuldeep Yadav does it with a beauty. That's a superb delivery. Beaten through the defence. And how often does he strike for India? The wicket taker Kuldeep Yadav.
Massive from Kuldeep Yadav, absolutely massive. Baba in terrific form, 2 runs short of 50. This is an absolute jaffa. Tosses it up, 78 Ks. Look at the flight, look at the drift away. Then the spin through the gate of a wonderful player. That is a massive wicket for India.
Changer with the ball in the middle. That's what Kuldeep Yadav is. Babar Azam gone 48, 117 for 2.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty? Not guilty.
Guilty.
Not guilty. Guilty.
He's a wonderful cricketer. Mohammad Hafiz, there was a time when he used to bowl a lot, but now more as a batsman. He's been amongst the runs in this tournament, man with the experience, and these days with a twirling moustache.
Well, the advantage for Pakistan is this is their experience, their middle order. Hafiz, Sarfraz, and Malik as well. Plenty of experience.
Big wicket that from Kuldeep Yadav. May have been an inside edge as well, as it sort of beat him, because the ball seemed to turn really sharply. Just a little feather, but he had beaten him. A class player on defence. Well done, Kuldeep Yadav. Yep. Oh, careful. Throw wasn't great. There's Shankar, the man.
Yeah, he did bubble on 2 fronts there, Kuldeep Yadav. He did him in the air with flight and drift, got him caught on the crease, and then that extra bit of spin off the surface just left a little gap between bat and pad. When you talk about the pace spinner bowlers trying to get it right, because it's got to be a speed where you can get the ball to drift, and then also the revs he puts on it. This is what makes this young man so talented.
A huge admirer of Kuldeep Yadav. He's young. He's 4 years back in Dubai playing the Under-19 World Cup. And he plays all 3 formats, Clarky. And he's an impact bowler in all 3 formats. Plays 50 overs cricket. Here he is in the World Cup, game changer with the ball. T20s as well. Does the same. Test matches too. He is India's 3rd spinner after Ashwin Jadeja.
And credit to the selectors for sticking with him. Jadeja played in the practice games and did really well. Bowled well, scored some runs. But I like the fact that India have gone with their 2 attacking spinners. 2 back-of-the-hand bowlers. The only team in this World Cup to have 2 wrist spinners. 2 frontline wicket-taking spinners. And I think that sets them apart at the moment. Yes, they got great batting. The quicks are doing a good job. But through this middle period, India can still get you out. A lot of teams go for run-saving options here. India hasn't.
The extreme pessimist amongst us. tell them that we have a match. The 20 overs completed, the second innings. What's the distance on this one? Plenty. Another great strike. This is Mohammad Hafiz. Second ball. 126 for 2.
अरे रघु यार, नेक्स्ट वीक मेरे पेरेंट्स इंडिया से आ रहे हैं. बताना इंश्योरेंस कहाँ से लूं?
तुझे नहीं पता?
नहीं.
किसे नहीं पता? किसे नहीं पता? किसे नहीं पता?
क्या नहीं पता?
अरे संजू को नहीं पता. पेरेंट्स इंडिया से आ रहे हैं तो
इंश्योरेंस कहाँ से लूं?
संजू, तुझे सच में नहीं पता?
VisitorsCoverage.com. Insurance for parents visiting the USA.
सबको पता है.
To continue, a very good delivery. And what a delivery it was to get rid of Babar Azam the previous over. And have a look at this perfect delivery. Spin, bounce. He's on a roll. A very good young bowler. He's in his 7th over, 1 for 26. Welcome, Ramiz Raja.
Hello, Saurav. Fantastic tactics by India, really, to let him bowl. Oh, that's gone up in the air. Another one bites the dust. It's all over for Fakhr. Top edge, accepted by Chahal. India on the move here. 2 for Kuldeep, and he's dismissed the said article.
Yeah, it's a very important wicket. Important in the sense it's getting darker upstairs. And with every fall of wicket, the Duckworth Lewis gets a lot bigger and bigger. Trying to play the sweep shot. Was beaten a couple of deliveries from outside the off stump. That was his only option. And an easy catch to his partner. Pakistan lose the 3rd wicket. Gets more difficult for them.
A wonderful bowling and captaincy by Virat. Kuldeep, red hot, removing Fakhr for 62. It's 126 for 3 now. Is now on Sarfraz. Is an excellent player of spin bowling. How will he deal with this situation? 3 wickets down, Pakistan losing 2 of their set batsmen in a jiffy. Oh, the ball is turning, and you've got to look after the extravagant angle that Kuldeep is creating. This was a nothing shot in the end. He would have been better off playing the full-blooded sweep shot.
It's not going to be easy straight away. That's the previous wicket. Another set batsman. The first one was Babar Azam, and this one Fakhr Zaman. Easy catch for Chahal. Well, it's not going to be easy times for the captain. He will have one eye on the scoreboard, one eye upstairs, because he knows with the fall of those 2 wickets, it's only got tougher. The Duckworth Lewis has started to get away from Pakistan at this moment. It's not easy times to come and bat.
Excellent stuff from Kuldeep. Wonderful figures. 2 for 26. 126 for 3.
Hotstar Specials presents Hostages.
getting tough now for Pakistan. 3 wickets plus 2 set batsmen being dismissed. And credit to India, I thought it was excellent captaincy from Virat to just continue with the spin twins, because that partnership was threatening India. Not a lot, but clearly proving to be a bit irritating, and so the decision was made to just hang in there with the spin, and Kuldeep struck. 41 runs behind par score. Pakistan. Murky light. That's into the gap. Is a good-looking batsman, Hafiz. Powerful player against spin, so that could be one reason why Chahal has been removed. Medium pacer brought back into the attack.
And also it's a very tricky situation for everyone. You just get a feeling that there is some rain around somewhere. It's got very, very dark, and he will be looking to get through the overs of the fast bowlers quickly. But the light's not very good as well. So Pakistan are not in a position to come off, because they know they're way behind the Duckworth Lewis. It's very nicely timed. As you said, a very good-looking player, Mohammad Hafiz. Someone who times the ball very, very well. They still require 8.8 runs an over, and that's climbing.
Right now, I think the target has got to be Duckworth Lewis. So look to play well and look to get nearer the Duckworth Lewis margin. 40-odd runs behind. Oh, that climbed quite nicely for Hardik Pandya. He hits the deck hard. Briskish.
Good seam position as well. Just bounces on him early on. There's a bit of bounce in this surface. It's always been the case at the Old Trafford. Still would want to see him go a little bit further up. 2 new batsmen at the crease. Hafiz has played 5 deliveries, Sarfaraz just 4. So try and get wickets, get a slip in. You don't need the mid-wicket at this stage.
The attempted slow bouncer. It's wided by the umpire. India doesn't need to experiment a great deal. It's about percentage cricket at this stage. Let Pakistan worry about the options.
All what they need to do is try and pick wickets. Well, it's going to get harder and harder. It's very cold outside, windy. And you can see the Pakistani fans there on TV. They must be happy, the Indian fans, however cold it is. They're enjoying their team's performance. It's good work by Virat Kohli in spite of losing Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. In these conditions, he's his main strike bowler. I think that's the quality of this team, the quality of this attack. They've got wicket takers at every stage of the game. That's Bhuvi and Bumrah with the new ball. The spinners come in Chahal and Kuldeep. They hurt teams. Kuldeep's got 2 wickets already, 2 important wickets.
Oh, God! Perfectly placed fielder there. Vijay Shankar made no mistake. How many times you've seen the not-so-good deliveries getting a wicket? And so it's Hardik Pandya with a loose one on the pads. And it's Hafiz who's perished.
Well, it's sometimes not very good to be a sweet timer of the ball. He's just clipped it. And it's gone such a long distance. Good catch in the end by Vijay Shankar. And India strike quick blows. 3 in quick time. And Virat Kohli knows it's getting difficult for Pakistan. 129 for 4. And they lose Mohammad Hafiz out for 9.
Malik is the new batsman for Pakistan. He needs to get cracking in this contest. They've played two experienced players in the lineup, Hafiz and Shoaib Malik. Hafiz had a good game against England, but Shoaib has been below par so far in this World Cup. .22.5 average for him in the last 16 ODIs, with single 50 to show for his performance. Light is not great as Shoaib Malik takes the first ball of his innings. Oh, bowling! Sharp delivery from Hardik Pandya, and he was not able really to play that well at all.
Pakistan lose their fourth wicket in 12 runs. There's a terrific bowling change from Virat Kohli. He brought in Hardik Pandya, and he's on a hat-trick now. Good delivery first up, good seam position, hits the top of the bat, just a bit late on it. And that hits the middle stump. He's a very good cricketer, this young boy. And India are bowling Pakistan out of the game. They batted them out of the game in the first half. And now it's been a terrific bowling performance. Dismiss for nothing, 129 for 5.
Arey, Viju bhaiya, I scored 78. You transferred 79 rupees.
I transferred 78 only, Chiku, but Remit to India gave me a better exchange rate.
Kya baat hai bhaiya?
Exchange rates guaranteed to make you smile every time you send money home.
Remit to India. Promises come home.
It's a very painful look from some of the Pakistani fans. It's getting tougher and tougher now for Pakistan. They've lost 4 wickets in 20 balls. In at the creases now, Imad Wasim. Both batsmen or not.
That was the worry. You don't get into such a situation where it's just closed off, inside edge onto the stumps. Just an extra bit of bounce. You were speaking about bounce for the spinners, and there is bounce for the fast bowlers as well. And they may not be in the ground, but they're happy. It's just got completely out of control for Pakistan.
Yeah, in a run chase situation, you want wickets in hand. You want some resistance from the middle order. Shoaib Malik looked stunned by that extra bit of lift. I agreed that the light wasn't great and would have taken him a bit of time to really get used to the conditions, but he was not there. Surprised by the extra bit of zip and lift.
A very good average in his short career, so he can bat. He's got 550s at that position, which is never easy, but he's come out in a very difficult situation. Pakistan losing 4 wickets with just 12 runs. It was the spinners to hurt first. Kuldeep breaking the partnership, getting the set batsman out, and then Hardik Pandya probably bringing in the final blow. Dismissing Hafiz, dismissing Shoaib Malik. How well he has captained this tournament. Punched off the back foot.
That's a tremendous performance by Hardik Pandya. This wasn't a wicket-taking ball, but it worked perfectly. The fielder was positioned and Shoaib Malik in no position really to play that. Not exactly a snorter, a lifter, but it surprised him, that extra bit of lift. It's been a great combination. Spin and pace worked fantastically well for India in the last few overs. It's 132 for 5.
सॉरी यार,
बहन की शादी में को 2 दिन पहले आता है।
अच्छा ये बता तेरी शॉपिंग कैसी चल रही है? और वो तेरा डिजाइनर लहंगा?
लहंगा है, डिजाइनर नहीं।
क्यों?
बजट के बाहर है।
अब अंदर है।
थैंक यू भैया।
आई हूँ तेरा यार, ऐसे थोड़ी।
अच्छा मैं क्या कह रही थी कि डिजाइनर लहंगे के साथ ना एक डायमंड नेकलेस बहुत अच्छा लगेगा।
क्या? चुटकी कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा। I just can't hear you.
घर आए तो सिर्फ घर के लिए आए। अब दुनिया के किसी भी कोने से फंड ट्रांसफर कर पाए SBI NRI सर्विसेज के साथ।
Compete with India. Right then, Hardik Pandya is on a hat-trick. Oh, nice ball, attacking the stumps at pace.
Very good length. It was just a fraction short in his first spell. And he was bowling to Fakhar Zaman and Babar Azam, but the last couple of overs, his length has been spot on. Now, well, he has captained this side. Right from the game against South Africa, his bowling handling, his field placements has been very, very good. 132 for 5. There's still a lot of deliveries left in this Pakistan innings. 131 deliveries still to go. But do they have the batting? Good delivery. Saw him coming from forward. Saw him using his feet. Just banged it in short. He's a terrific competitor. Have a look at his expression after the delivery.
A bit of a walkabout from Sarfraz. His pace has increased, definitely. His line has been a lot better. His tail is up. Feast on the field. Wow, some kebabs and some curry. We've had few stoppages as well for the fans really to go and feast on some Indian food. Feast on the field for the Indian fans as well. It's good at rotation of strike, but basic stuff at this stage really will not worry India or win the hand for Pakistan. It's got to be belligerent batting, intelligent onslaught. Do they have the skills? Do they have the arsenal really to go at that pace?
Well, they'll have to play out of the box. That's what happens when you lose so many wickets. And that's the difference of the Indian top order and the rest. And when a Kohli gets in, when a Rohit gets in, or when a Dhawan gets in, they get a big 100. And that's what was required from Fakhar Zaman and Babar Azam. Not a good 60, not a good 50. When you're chasing big totals, it's a must. So very rightly, the speed's up for Hardik Pandya. He knows that the game has gone out of Pakistan's hand. Only a miracle can save them from here. And India on course. How well they have played in this World Cup. South Africa, Australia, and now Pakistan. It's not just about the wins, but it's the comprehensive wins. They've never looked out of the game. They never looked threatened to be defeated by any of those three teams. And it's been a terrific performance so far.
Bouncer is treated well by Ahmad. Hits the fence, that's a good shot. 137 for 5.
The 2 years that we were not part of IPL, fans stood by us and our fan following actually increased.
Emotional हो गया थोड़ा. एक साइकोलॉजिकल बैरियर होता है. अब 2 साल के बाद आ रहे हैं. 2018 का टैगलाइन, टेल देम वी आर बैक.
2 साल के बाद वापसी कर रहे महेंद्र सिंह धोनी.
Hotstar Specials presents Roar of the Lion, now streaming.
Has not let them down. It was blue at the Oval. It's blue here in Manchester, off the field. and on the field. Came here for the weekend, Australia last Sunday, New Zealand in Nottingham in the middle, and finishing off with the big game. And to be honest, their team hasn't let them down. It's been a terrific week for India.
He's bowled extremely well. He's used the pitch beautifully. Kuldeep got the ball to spin both ways. Look at that angle. The ball coming back and almost castling the Pakistani captain. Now, this was a beauty. Big gap between bat and pat. Courtesy that vicious spin back.
Also been good for him is the variation of pace. The lines outside the off stump, especially to the right-hander. It's not an easy delivery. It's pitching on the fifth stump and hitting off, hitting middle. That's why he has been so successful. Just 31 runs in his 8 overs. He's in his 9th. And what matters most is the wickets column. That's how you win big matches. That's how you control opposition. And he's done it exceptionally well.
Yeah, he's afraid to drive against the spin. And he wants him to take that chance. Wait, almost 10 and over. 140 for 5.
I saved all this money on international transfers. Want to know how? I use Instarem. Instarem gives me the same exchange rate which I see on Google. So, I save on every money transfer. Whether I send money to my mom, hi ma, or directly pay for my EMIs back home. Well, my dream home. What are you waiting for? Switch to Instarem. It's secure and seamless. Now get $45 bonus on your first 3 transfers. Use code WIN45.
The chairman of selection, Devang Gandhi, Sarandeep Singh, and that's the BCCI box. India at this stage were 172 for 1, and Pakistan not behind that much, but it's the wickets column. 5 down.
Got to just continue. I think it's about building rhythm once again. It's going to be mighty tough, but they need to be competitive. Yeah, didn't read the swing on that one. Leg before wicket. He got a beauty. Lovely sharp spin from off to hit the middle. And then a soft dismissal. He'd done all the hard work. Very, very soft dismissal, and that just killed that run chase for Pakistan. 3 wickets, quick wickets. India struck. Pakistan are behind the 8 ball now.
He's in his 7th over, Hardik Pandya. That's Mohammad Hafiz, how sweetly he's timed it. Just when we were discussing that he's a pretty looking player, he picks up the man at deep square leg, and then Shoaib Malik just surprised with the bounce. It's never easy when you get dismissed for the first ball of your innings. But for me, he was the man. Kuldeep Yadav just kept putting pressure and pressure on the Pakistani batsman. Once again short. He's just gone back to a different length now. Moved away from the length which has given him wickets. It's good pace, 140 kilometers an hour. But not the length. For me, he was the man. Important wickets to set batsman Fakhar Zaman and Babar Azam, 2 for 32 in these conditions. It's not easy out there. It's cold, it's windy, and he's a wrist spinner. Got 5 wickets last year when India came here in a T20 game.
Yeah, look at the dot balls. And that is where he was so good. Maintain pressure because of those dots. Another shorter ball.
He's just gone back to the weaker lengths. Terrific stuff. Had a very tough time before he came here. That's a sign of maturity. Worked hard at his bowling. That's the Indian throwdown coach, I would say. He's done a job as well, Vijay Shankar. He'll probably get one more go at some stage in this game because he's got to make up the overs for Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, and probably this is the time.
Pinches a run. Surfraz. Yeah, India have used the options cleverly. Shankar 1 for 18, but it's the spin that has damaged Pakistan. 2 for 32 in 9 overs. Set up the show for Virat Kohli. Kuldeep's fantastic bowling spell. Chahal has been very good as well, flighting the ball, daring the batsman to go over the top. Hardik Pandya then picking up a couple of wickets. So it's just been a very, very good all-round bowling performance. They've been relentless, fielded well, put pressure on Pakistan, and they're struggling in this run chase. It's a bouncer once again from Hardik Pandya. Dead set on pitching the ball short.
Yeah, can someone explain why? End of the over, 146 for 5.
Outside, and you get the impression that the artificial lights are having its effect on the ground. Start seeing more than one shadow, you know that the natural light is going down, and the lights on the tower are taking effect. But India won't be fast. 20 overs have been completed, and you would think on the duck put loose they would be well ahead. Still searching for wickets, India. They've got a slip for Jasprit Bumrah as he starts second spell.
He's got 6 overs to go. The number 1 ranked bowler in ICC ranking. Got slip in place. Imad Wasim, required run rate just over 10. So 147 for 5. Pakistan just won 1 session out of 3. India winning the 3rd session between 21 to 30 overs. Kuldeep 2 for 18. What a spell for him. And Pandya 2 for 8.
Yeah, you saw the Kuldeep Yadav 2 wickets, crucial wickets, breaking that partnership. 2 massive wickets. Can't take a chance with that man. Dhoni not happy.
That was his first one, a beauty. And then the second one, not a great shot, top edge, an easy catch there at short fine leg.
And then wickets just came in a pile. Kuldeep Yadav putting skids on Pakistan. The experienced Malik gone, Ahmad Hafiz as well. I just want to talk about Kuldeep Yadav because I'm sure you saw him as a young left-arm Chinaman bowler with KKR. Just put a camera on him. It's full value. Extremely expressive. Very intense, excitable. Doesn't hold back. Because like that as a player hasn't changed as a captain. He's the most enthusiastic, childlike enthusiasm on the field for a
that's his
captain.
personality. There's passion about the game. He loves it. And you see it when he's out either batting, fielding or leading his troops. Virat Kohli. Yeah, I spent a good 2-3 years with Kuldeep Yadav when he was very young, came to Kolkata Knight Riders. He was always very eager to learn. I saw that he's something very different, a very rare talent, especially the Chinaman. And we have seen in this right now, the way that's his career.
Yeah, this is what I really admire about him. He's very young and he's had to make an impact, or he's made an impact in 3 formats of the game. At a very young age, he's had to adjust to 3 different formats, and that's one of the challenges for all these young cricketers. Not just about coming in and doing well in T20 cricket or IPL cricket. That's going to be a run. Third man extremely fine. So those numbers in all the 3 formats were seem really impressive. The 150 comes up.
Very, very impressive. I mean, he's averaging just over 22 in one-day cricket, 90 wickets. Look at this, and best of 6 for 25, averaging 22.50. T20 is averaging 12. That's unbelievable. He's a special talent, no doubt. A wicket taker.
Good shot. And well away from that fielder, deep square. So that's a 4 for Pakistani Mud Wasim with that pull shot, keeping it down. 154 for 5. And I guess it's time to have a little break and have some drinks.
भूत क्रिकेट का है सवार ESPN क्रिक इन्फो पे आ जा यार.
Time for another trip down memory lane. What you just saw was the group match in Adelaide. It's another match that India won against Pakistan. Captain Kohli. Well, he was there, caution Kohli on strike, and that's how he actually, well, it proved to be true. He was on strike, he got 100, and India winning that game by 76 runs. Interestingly, actually, somebody told me that we've seen so many India-Pakistan matches in World Cups. The very few games actually have been nail-biters.
Yeah, especially the World Cups. Good shot, but straight to the fielder. And the behind point, he's one of the best fielder in that area. Very difficult area to field that. Very busy place.
It's just very stylish as well. It's not just that he's safe and quick. It's just great to watch. Spends a lot of time with horses. That's another magnificent animal when you see that animal running and just walking. Jadeja as well, just tremendous to watch in the field. And Pakistan now really trying to keep their heads above water. Even Vijay Shankar is proving to be difficult to get away.
Yeah, they need partnership. Required run rate is 10.36. This partnership was 25 of 32. Imad is 15 of 12. Skipper is taking his time, 10 of 23. 17 overs to go after this one. And for him, this fielder at point is backward behind the square.
He finds the fielder. That was a good shot, but he finds the fielder. And here's Saurav Ganguly.
You speak about spinners in the middle part of an innings. Pakistan, Shadab Khan in the early part, and the Indian spinners bowled in the second half as well. And the difference between both is the length. He bowled a lot of short deliveries, Shadab Khan. You see 55% of his deliveries good length or just short of good length. And when you look at Kuldeep and Chahal, we'll get back to this after this delivery. It'll be a wide signal. And when you get back to Kuldeep and Chahal, you'll see the number of deliveries they've pitched up on the good length. And what it also does is makes use of whatever rough is in that area. That's why every now and then you could see the ball spinning. Have a look at the delivery, just spins from the rough. And I think this is the difference between the two spinners of both the sides. Indians are a lot more accurate, and that has resulted in the wickets they have got in the middle.
Thank you, Saurav. Huge difference between their lengths. Another brilliant effort by Jadeja behind point. You can't keep him out of the game.
He's one of those fielders that I would actually go to a cricket ground and just to watch him field. Have a look at this now. Ready to throw, left-handed.
He's physically very fit as well, because you got to be physically fit to be a top fielder in this day and age.
Strong arm as well, Wasi. Saurav Ganguly right about the lengths bowled by Pakistani spinners compared to Indian spinners. It's got a lot to do with confidence as well. Indian cricket on a high. Kuldeep and Chahal both extremely self-assured these days, so not afraid to flight the ball. That wicket of Fakhar Zaman was a real flighted delivery.
Yeah, and it turned. Let's have a look again. The Indian wrist spinners. Look at the percentage. 50% is good and 42% is full. And that means, like Saurav just explained, if you bowl in these lengths, you get the use of the rough around the bowling marks when the bowler lands and follow throughs.
Three runs from the over. It's 157 for 5.
देखिए ये फिल्म अब हॉटस्टार पर।
Just watch the faces and you know the state of the match.
You know who's winning here, understandably. 33 overs gone, 155 for 7, the required run rate 10.59. 180 for 102 deliveries. Bumrah to continue. No slip for him. Mid-on, mid-off up in the circle.
Bumrah now just going through the motions. India have almost sealed this game without much of a Bumrah contribution. Pakistan needed to win today. Not just about beating India, but getting points on the table. Schedule for them going forward. South Africa at Lords is the next engagement, followed by New Zealand, Afghanistan and Bangladesh. So just the one win, and that was again the fancied England team, the second match. After that, it's not been smooth sailing for them.
That's the game, Sanjay. They lost the toss and England decided to bowl, and Pakistan went on to get 300 plus. And then obviously with their variation in their bowling, they defended that total. Another brilliant shot, straight shot from Imad Wasim. He's on 20 now, 15. He gave himself room. He bowled short Bumrah. Flat batted shot.
Yeah, he's just running in at the moment. You can see that there's not as much intensity. The last ball was 136.9 kilometers per hour. Now watch out for the next one. Either it might just be a slow delivery to just fox him, or the speed of the next ball is going to be slightly different. And I mean different, quicker. Yeah, there you go, the slow ball.
There is a lot of discussion on social media in general amongst the commentators that Pakistan should have won the toss and should have batted. I agree. I mean, 99 World Cup, we batted every time we won the toss because our strength was bowling, and that means you defend. And big games, run on the board matters every time. Doesn't matter the condition, doesn't matter the situation. And obviously in England, you're going to see off the new ball if you're batting first. Down leg side.
For those interested in numbers in Duckworth Lewis, just in case you have some weather issues at the moment, Pakistan 66 runs behind India. It's gone a little dark, few umbrellas have come up. Yeah, I think earlier in the day I talked about the blue lines around the batsmen, the guideline that the umpires have to help them decide whether the ball is wide or not. And I wasn't able to give the answer as to why those blue lines are out there, so I got some messages saying, could you please tell us, because I found out from the umpires when they were marking it as to why those lines are blue, and I believe there's
it used to be white, remember?
Correct.
Yeah.
So I believe it's an issue of just reflection of the sun on a bright day, just reflects into the umpire's eyes at the bowler's end, and because it's right in your eye line, the wide lines are not that much in your eye line, it just...
Well done, Saj. That was deep.
That was just asking a question and getting an answer and letting the public know. It's 165 for 5. Some fun in the evening. Well, they're worried. I think these are the people that you've got to keep a watch on. If they start moving and hovering around the covers, that means dodgy weather is around the corner.
It's gone darker a bit for sure. And if the rain comes, it comes from the left of where we are, on top of the point. That's the building I'm talking about. of pace probably did the trick here from Shankar. He's got his second wicket, 123 kilometers an hour. Just a medium pacer, slow medium pacer. Inside edge. Let's have a look there. Yeah, kept low little bit, but again not a great shot from the skipper himself. He's not very happy, obviously not. Sarfaraz, the skipper, departs for 12. Pakistan in deep trouble, 165 for 6. Shadab Khan, the new batsman, is at number 8. Pakistan 165 for 6. Required run rate almost 11 and over. After this, 15 more overs to go.
Virat Kohli was planning to have a throw at the stumps. He's having a bit of a laugh because the non-striker was fooled by that threat of a throw. This is Sarfaraz Ahmed, big inside edge. Vijay Shankar gets his second. He's in fact out-bowled Jasprit Bumrah today.
2 important wickets. Not very impressive shot from the captain, Pakistani captain. He's off the mark, Shadab. You can see some of the Pakistani fans are disappearing. Unfortunately, I can't believe I have to be here till the end of the game.
That would be unprofessional for you to leave.
Yeah, that's what I learned from you, remember?
So now we can actually gauge how many Pakistani fans were there at the ground. All the empty seats were Pakistani fans.
Pakistani fans are very supportive. What they want from the team is to fight till the last ball. That's what they want. 100% effort in fielding, in bowling and batting. They're very passionate, obviously. They feel when Pakistan is not doing well, and rightly so.
Yeah, we are watching a phase. Cricket is not just played now. I mean, it's got a long history. So this is a phase where India is the better team. So what's happening today is not unexpected. But I, as a player, played in the 90s when Pakistan was the stronger team. I know India beat Pakistan in World Cup, but all the other games, test matches or matches in Sharjah twice a year, those tournaments, just to get a real rollicking from Pakistan. They had more great players in their side, especially in the bowling department. So this is now India's time, I guess, where Indian cricket a lot healthier than Pakistan cricket.
Indian cricket have invested everything in their first-class structure over the years, not just in last couple of years. And we as a Pakistan hardly did anything in our first-class system. We have been changing it every year, running our first-class cricket ran by some random journalist for some odd reason. I don't know why, for so many years. 166 for 6.
No matter where you're from or which country you're supporting, we all want the same thing. To be winners. When you send money overseas with Instarim, everyone's a winner with Instarim's best transfer amount guarantee. Sign up now and get a bonus $45 on your first 3 transfers. Use code WIN45.
Always a dangerous thing to do in the sport, to just talk about as if the result's been done. But India look to be the likely winner, and it's going to be another World Cup India-Pakistan match where you'll have a one-sided game. If India wins, that is. And Erasmus has called for the covers to come back onto the field, and India wouldn't mind it this time. It's gone dark. Am I seeing any blue in the skies? Nothing much. So here you are. You've just joined us from India. Quickly getting rid of the stumps because the big covers will come on. We just shared with you the Duckworth-Lewis situations, and now Pakistan are 86 runs behind. If the match gets called off because of rain or another ball is not bowled, India comfortable winners. Par score after 35 overs, something that you've got to remember always. It's always par score with Duckworth-Lewis. There have been some serious mistakes made on that front. So you've got to get one more always to win a game. Some teams found out quite cruelly in the end. Well done, Kuldeep Yadav. Two crucial wickets broke that the biggest partnership of Pakistan against India in World Cups.
Yeah, and looking at this weather, I played here for so long, I can imagine this is set up nicely, these clouds. And it's a little bit drizzle right now. There is, you can hardly see sky. It's getting dark, it's got dark. What a performance by Indian side so far in this game. Controlled the game altogether from the ball one, with the bat, with the ball, and of course fielding as well.
You have to talk about one very important thing that India did right. It was before the game started, overcast conditions. We've been talking about rains around Old Trafford, but they picked two spinners. So the overhead conditions were pressing for three seamers, and I thought Shami might be selected ahead of maybe Kuldeep Yadav, one of the spinners, but they stuck with the spinners because they looked at the surface, not so much at the overhead conditions. And what a difference that second spinner has made.
Because spinners are very crucial in the middle over, especially spinners India you guys have. You know, one is Chinaman, the other one is leg break, the variation, the variety, and of course in the middle over, these spinners will get wickets for you, and that's what exactly they did.
Got to say, one of the few guys who looked at the pitch and said, "This is good for batting first." This is run up on the wickets that fell. What is a beauty. Babar Azam played superbly. Very slow delivery to get him to sweep. Top edge to Chahal. Hardik Pandya getting Mohammad Hafiz. Speed and Shoaib Malik got a shocker. First ball. And Vijay Shankar had fun too. It's 2 for 22 for Vijay Shankar.
Not a pretty scoreboard. 166 for 6. Highest run getter in this innings for Pakistan, Fakhar Zaman. 62 of 75. Babar Azam looked good. 48 of 57. And Imad is 22 of 20 in 35 overs.
Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, now that's something that is a bit of a concern for India. Didn't finish his third over. He's had injury issues. He's found his rhythm in the last game, bowled 140 plus a few times this innings. But so his fitness is a bit of a concern. Bumrah bowled within himself in the second spell. Vijay Shankar was a bonus, but was really after Kuldeep Yadav got those couple of wickets that he came and made an impact. And Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Bumrah in their first few overs just put the clamps on Pakistan. So I guess we are lucky in a way that the weather was good when it mattered. On time start. The first innings, there was a small interruption. We got the full 50 overs. Now with Pakistan out of the race, I think people will accept the weather now to become bad. They'll say, that's fine. The better team won, and we saw enough evidence of which was the better team, I guess.
Absolutely spot on. You got to give credit when it's due. The Indian team controlled the game from the ball one. The way they came out to bat, they didn't hesitate at all when Pakistan won the toss and put them in. They saw the new ball. They realized how important it is to have wickets in hand, and they went out to get 336. And in reply, Pakistan started off very slow, cautiously with the new ball, obviously, and then they were losing wickets between intervals.
Local knowledge of Wasim Akram tells us that this doesn't look good, and you can see more covers coming on. But for Indian fans, India well ahead on the Duckworth list. So if ball is not bowled in this match, India emerge winners from this contest. For the moment, take a little break, and with some action, you can expect us to join you.
Well, patience is a virtue, and we're just, gentlemen, going to have to be rewarded with our patience to wait to see what happens in the epic that is India versus Pakistan. Parthiv Patel, Gautam Gambhir besides me, and as we say hello to you here on Philips Hue Cricket Live, Pakistan, according to DLS, are now 86 runs behind, primarily because of the wickets that have been taken. And you look at that scorecard, it's not Bhuvi and Bumrah's names that are amongst that wickets column, and that therein lies a strength. And what a start there, really, from British umpire.
Absolutely, I think he was brilliant and very ordinary from Pakistan. It was just that partnership which Babar and Fakhar had. Apart from that, there was nothing from Pakistan, which is very disappointing because you always knew that they didn't have the quality what India possesses, but they won the toss, they had put India in, they had the conditions in their favour, especially when it was overcast. They couldn't capitalize that, and all credit goes to India. I think the way Virat Kohli handled all their bowlers, especially after Bhuvi got injured, got two spinners to bowl in tandem, took those important wickets of Babar and Fakhar in a span of 2 overs, and Hardik came in, chipped in with 2 wickets as well, so game over from there on.
Just looking, in fact, I mean, have a look at the wickets, especially breaking that partnership was so crucial. Kuldeep, yesterday we were having conversations as to, is he going to find a way into the 11? Is it Jadeja? I think he's put a rest to all those conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought he bowled brilliantly. He was brave. He didn't got afraid of flighting the ball. That's what his strength is. We've seen him whenever he bowls slow and bowls in the right areas. That's where he gets a wicket. And if you look at Babar Azam's wicket, it was a perfect example. He bowled slowly and landed in the right area. Same with Fakhar Zaman as well. He bowled slowly and got a bit of bounce as well. If you look at the sim position, most of the time it was right there, and that's the reason why he was getting that bounce. And once you get a wicket like Babar Azam is probably the Pakistan's top batsman, so the confidence was definitely high for Kuldeep.
Confidence is so crucial, Gauti, because you've seen him over the years as well. His confidence had taken a huge hit during the IPL. He's come into this World Cup, come into zone, adjusted to the conditions, needed to do exactly what he needed.
See, I reckon the kind of wickets he was playing on, I think Eden has just become a batting paradise, and it's difficult for any spinner to get wickets there. And obviously there were games when he was thrashed in the T20 format, but then these wickets will definitely suit him because Indian batters are putting runs on the board. These are dry wickets as well, especially the Manchester one and the Oval one as well, where he was getting a bit of a grip. Plus he had runs on the board to bowl at. That was very, very important. India posted 350 against Australia, 330 odd against Pakistan. So he had the liberty of tossing the ball up, and then he was inviting batters to play those big shots. If you see the difference between Kuldeep and Shadab, he's far more consistent. Kuldeep is far more consistent. Chahal is far more consistent as compared to Shadab. Shadab started his over with long hops, 4 or 5 long hops in an over. You would not see Kuldeep doing that in his entire spell. So that's the difference. Someone bowling long hops 5 in 1 over, and someone not bowling 5 long hops in his 10 over spell. So that's where the difference is, and it's always a luxury to have 2 wrist spinners, and Virat Kohli is very, very happy and should be, I think, very lucky to have 2 wrist spinners who can bowl that consistently with 5 fielders inside.
I'm sure, understandingly, you have to work for your wickets. So when Fakhar Zaman was going, there's something about him when playing against India, frustrating him, those dot balls, just setting him up.
Yeah, he did. I thought he bowled brilliantly to him, and you can see that Fakhar Zaman he actually struggles against spin a lot, and that's the reason why there's only one shot to play, and that sweep he doesn't play anything else. But even for that you need to bowl that length consistently, and the Gautam rightly said. To me, I think the difference between Shadab and Kuldeep was always thinking wickets. I thought Shadab started he didn't think of attacking option. He thought that he'll start off and then see how he bowls and then get into the game. But Kuldeep from ball one he was thinking wickets. That's why he was bowling those aggressive line and lengths.
Now, when you talk about India as well, you have the options. We knew that Mohammad Shami's names was also doing the rounds. Especially, it's great to have options as a captain, because if one of your prime bowlers, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, struggles, he's got a strain in his hamstring and would obviously not take any further part in the game, just not to prolong it or make it any worse.
Well, it's good. I think Shami, to be honest, you've got the backup in Shami, but it's very unfortunate if a player gets injured during the World Cup, because you want to play the World Cup, you want to be part of the team, you want to be part of that successful team, and Bhuvi was unbelievable for the tournament, and that's why it's important to have someone like Vijay Shankar, because he can fill in with a couple of overs if something like this happens. And spot on with Virat that he picked Vijay Shankar, though he didn't bat the way he should have batted, but then he's chipped in with 2 wickets, which is always very important. I think his confidence will grow from here on. You'll see a far better Vijay Shankar even in batting, because that is what three-dimensional cricketer does. If you haven't had the best of times with the bat, you can chip in with a couple of wickets. He's an unbelievable fielder, so that is what happens, and you'll see a far more confident, far more attacking, far more positive Vijay Shankar in his batting as well.
You didn't even get a chance to see him bat. Can't be better than delivering your first ball in a World Cup, in your first World Cup game, getting a wicket. Can't ask for a better start.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you dream about this kind of starts, and as Gautam rightly said, that's an advantage of being an all-rounder, that one side of performance actually rubs onto the other way as well. So I know he didn't get runs, so maybe he didn't get that opportunity of batting. So this performance will help him to become better player in other games. But I'm sure once he gets that chance of batting at number 4, I'm sure the way he looked, he will get those runs.
I mean, that just therein with the option, not just this wicket. You see that reaction. We're just picking up one before the rain came down as well. Just once again brings in the conversations of being that sort of utility player. And even if he doesn't bat at 4, just look at Virat Kohli's reaction. The whole team's reaction. They are savouring that moment there. Now here's the other option, the X factor, Hardik Pandya with the bat. But how about experienced players like Mohammad Hafiz and Shoaib Malik at experienced middle order?
I think Shoaib Malik was completely out of sorts. He was late on the ball. Yes, this wasn't the best of deliveries against Hafiz. He picked up the fielder, timed it really well, but unfortunately went straight to the fielder. Shoaib Malik was all over the place, had no clue, got beaten by pace, which normally you don't see with Shoaib Malik, but he struggled throughout the tournament. He hasn't had a run in this tournament. The last World Cup, you don't want these kind of things to happen when you play for such a long time. This is your last World Cup. You retire after this World Cup. Even against Australia, he got out on the first ball, and even today as well. So these things happen, and that is why sport is very difficult, and it's sometimes can be very nasty as well. Sometimes when things go your way, I think you're on top of the world. But then Hardik Pandya, I think, bowled with a lot of rhythm, bowled with a lot of pace as well. Was clocking 143, which is serious pace, because if your fifth bowler is clocking 143, that's something which is a very, very positive sign for Virat Kohli, because we've always spoken about a weakling in the bowling. That's when our fifth bowler.
Yeah.
But if Hardik Pandya can bowl this way, I think you've covered all your bases. There's nothing where there's a weakness, unless you had a very bad day as a team.
Just imagine the dressing room right now. What's the conversation? Because obviously when you're in the flow, you're getting wickets, and well, the heavens decide to pay us a visit.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably just a matter of time where the result, we know what the result is.
Virat, what are you saying right now as a captain?
Nothing. I'm sure he must be relaxed. I know it's not, in cricket we say that it's not over until it's actually over. But I'm sure for Pakistan to win from here, it's virtually impossible. But I like the way Virat has captained the side today.
Assalamualaikum. خير ده تسنجي خي برابري भाईजाना रोटे फ्रॉम वापस आता काल को मखाए रोटे में बलास करी नहीं खा बिया सही दा जा ओरे बिया 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 म कटको زای وزا ورګه زه تاسو سره خبرې کوم او دغه هم کوم دا روټي به هم پرمټک صبر وکړه مننه بخیر ده مړه دومره ډېر وخت پس رابطه وکړه الله ولیو مړه نه پتا نه د ښکاره نه څه چل وکړم پتا ښکاره ده भाईजाना खबर matan patawa matan tanto yung napuraka may wali na may lagi doon dasar di dekor kung napising kan dasar na ginagawa Nana nebrak na may lagi doon Demi kurte peblu kurte milagro kurte peblu no Magaya ay tayo ganun kaya bago to marap jira ko ay kurte miskalo Papai mo may naso pero telepono papai mo. Agad yung nagsasawa rin ko ito ka puro. Ha? Wow. Tanto ko kala matawala. Ato iwan. Sampai pas tanya ya dong, Mak. Boleh ke kabar apa, Mak? Maku nak kawan dia cerita dengan siapa kawan ni? Boleh. Boleh dia bercanda. Tahu ya na. Bayan na pala sa kanila eh. May ako birata. सब बेलाट ना त्याच्या 4000 नाही ना मग बची जिम्नॅस्टिक 4000 के दावा घुमे 24000 यार देवडा ला पाकिस्तान ला दबाव मग दुम ना कर पैसा दावा न का समाजात तसं फॉलो करू शकतो ना जे मी बदल जाणार मला फॉलो केलं पाकिस्तान के इमरान खान कॉन्फिडेंस अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ऐसा मतलब है हम लोग खिलाफ के ना इस तरह कंट्रोल के होता उससे तो कहावत के वे इनोर से इनोर हो फ्रूट और सब्जी होता आप ऐसा आसान नहीं बड़ा बड़ा जो मगर तारा दे वो जो अलग खड़ा हार्ड होता गाड़ी कोई इनोर से गाड़ी कोई गाड़ी नहीं चाहिए लगते पेट्रोल नहीं चाहिए लगते ये इतना बात है वो यानी वो गाड़ी सके गाड़ी को उधर रुपए ज्यादा ना तो आसान में गाड़ी में का तो ये ऐसा करा दी सोवा What's the soda? What's the विषय लोगों का निश्चित बात आपके support देवला नशी What's the 150 सुविधा नहीं था हाँ so Arzani nor कसं ते तारा नोर सार सांगतो देख भाई जाना इतना देर तुम्हारा दा मग कसं का सीधा लाटो कना अगर का भाई जाना काय मग कसं कवले कना तुम कवे पाकिस्तान इमरान खान तरच मेला शो रे जे मचे कदाचित ते वापस दे सिंधे वाला थिया दगा वाला मेला शो है वाको दका महंगाई रहू से वरना का चला कड़ा है